sorry. Something went horribly wrong with the desktop audio, and I think it's working okay now. Scott, you want to say something real quick just to see if people can hear you?
Can you hear the Mario 2 underground theme right now?
Can you guys hear
I
the
died.
Mario 2? Because I can.
Well, how about now?
They can hear you, Scott. Oh, man.
Like I said, it's
what
funny.
a nightmare. Of course this happens on
Mario,
today of all days.
Mario 2 is such a funny wet fart of a game that I'm just like, it's funny to play that in scenarios where it just doesn't make sense to.
Oh my god.
It's a funny game.
All right, man. Do you want to try one more time with Scott Pilgrim? I don't think that's going to go well, but we can try that one more time, and if it doesn't work...
Mario 2 works pretty well on SNES Online through Mario All-Stars. I'm just saying.
But it's not multiplayer. I mean, we could just sit here and watch you play.
You can watch me play it.
Do you want to do that? I'll do that.
I've never been Mario 2, so, you know, that'll be a good...
We'll make this Scott stream where he's playing Mario 2, and I'll just commentate. I'm not opposed to that.
I've been playing a lot of SNES Online lately. Like I said, I beat Donkey Kong Country recently. Good time. And then there was apparently I played 10 hours of Panel de Pon on SNES Online. I saw my playtime. I'm very happy with that.
Do you want to play me in Panel de Pon?
Well, I'm not necessarily good at it. Oh. I like it, but I'm not good at it.
All right, so
as in I don't think I can really hold my own. Scott. It's like with Puyo Puyo. I'm not good at Puyo Puyo. I chalked it up to color blindness, though.
Yeah.
That's up to color blindness.
Dude, we got colorblind glasses at the same time. Are you a red-green guy?
Yeah, I think I'm red-green. Which those glasses don't really help, but it also helps you. Like, when I'm playing Puyo Puyo, those glasses go on. Those glasses work during that. Because I don't know what you see with that, but it's mainly like, what I notice is like, it's everything's a red tint with them on. Right, everything is completely red.
It feels like I'm in like a, what do you call that? Like the photography, the room for that.
Like like the development room or something like that, where you get photos developed.
It's weird because you would think like, oh, this can't be what real people are seeing every day. But then I go to a
no,
and you pass it.
The way I see it is like I don't know. So this is how I always describe colorblindness to people. Is it's literally, to me, it's like I can still see stuff. Like I can still see the colors. I just don't really know like how to like describe them. You know, where it's just certain ones I can't tell the difference between certain ones, or I have a really hard time telling the difference between certain ones. But I can see color. You know, I can still see it and stuff. But it's just like, you know, if I see a brown chair and a green chair, I might not know which is brown and which is green. Yeah. Like my brain is having a hard time just like trying to be like which is which, you know, like and then like, well, what color is that? You know, I have a hard time with that, which makes driving at night really fun when you go to traffic lights and you don't necessarily know like, oh, is that green or is that yellow?
No, stop
I don't know.
There was like this one time I was at a restaurant. I was dating someone at the time, and she was wearing apparently a green like overshirt, like cardigan or whatever. And I called it gray, and she was like, no, it's green. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's gray. And then the lady in the next booth over turns around to say, that's green. And I was like, well, all right. I am definitely colorblind.
Wow. Making fun of people with color blindness. How dare they? What a horrible
I'm very
person.
About it. No.
I have such a hard life, okay? I can't tell the difference between some greens and some browns.
They just don't understand.
It's horrible.
Scott. All right. So wait, what do we actually? Okay, I got an invite from you to play Scott Pilgrim. All right, that's.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the game's not on the screen yet, chat. Just give me a second. I want to get into the game first, and then we'll see. Okay. Let's get this screen going.
Hopefully this actually works. You never know.
Wouldn't that be great?
It'll be funny if it doesn't, like it did.
Would it? All right. Hold on.
I'm like, this would be the best case scenario if it doesn't work. All right, so I'm seeing the first stage.
Okay, me too. And then it says, due to poor networking conditions, the current match may not start. I know that there's a screen right now. Give me a second, guys.
Well, I have full control here.
Wow, now my capture device isn't working. Hold on. Oh, no. I'm in there too. Okay. So that's working.
You're welcome.
I know. Just give me a second, Scott.
Can you see me doing my thing?
I can. I can even hear you doing it too. All right. But the chat can't.
See, Scott Pilgrim versus the World likes to just absolutely harp on my internet connection. It's fine. Look at that.
All right, hold on. I'm going to chat what I'm going to do. Don't worry, guys. I don't think that this is as big of a roadblock as the last time, but I'm just going to unplug it real quick and plug it back in. Give me a second, Scott. You can say whatever.
Of course. I was playing Mario 2 recently on SNES Online. Well, when he was figuring out stuff, I was like, I'm gonna play Super Tennis. Not great. It was okay. Then Super Soccer was even less not great, which would actually make it more not great. I wasn't a fan of that. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play Mario 2 while he's suffering because that's funnier. Mario 2, I have not beaten it yet. I'm in, you know, I can try. But it's definitely one of the lesser known Marios in terms of like where all the secrets are and whatnot. So, you know, I'll have a bit of trouble with that because I didn't play it when I was younger. I didn't have like I didn't have it on the NES. I didn't have it on Mario Advance for the Game Boy Advance and whatnot.
You got this.
I did not really have any Mario 2 experience till later down in my life, so I think it's fair to better say I did not have much of a. I don't have much of an attachment to that game, but it's a really funny game.
Which one, Mario 2?
Yeah, it's funny.
So when
As
I
in
was a
Doki
kid,
Doki
I would
Panic
always
Mario
use
2.
Peach or Luigi. Luigi because I thought he was cool. Peach because she was way more fun to play as. As an adult, though, I'm always using Toad.
Wow. Well, you're one of those guys. You're a Toad player, huh?
I gotta do my.
Can't say I'm not surprised.
You're gonna see me on a Summoning Salt video someday.
Oh, of course. Let me see. Oh. I see. I generally, you know, I like keeping things stock. I like keeping things vanilla. I'm mostly a Mario guy when it comes to if I'm picking characters with different attributes, or attributes. Like in Mario 3D World, I was always just a Mario guy. I would only really pick as Mario because with Peach, it's just like, yeah, Peach is overall the best character, undoubtedly. But it's also like I feel like a cheat. I feel like a cheat if I'm playing as her. I'm like, oh, I don't need to play as Peach.
Well, if you want the most non-cheaty character possible, it's definitely Mario.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. People are like, oh yeah, Scott doesn't cheat. He plays as Mario. That's his main thing. But do you think they're gonna have a different, a new character in the 3D World port on Switch?
I don't. Should I? Why do you?
Well, I've always had the feeling of like, oh, they should have Pauline because that would make sense. Because you know they have Rosalina in the game, and she was kind of like, oh wow, she's gonna have the same ability as Mario did in Mario Galaxy. She's gonna have the spin. Because that's what people were like, we want Mario Galaxy 3 when 3D World was announced. So then they were like, okay, well, we'll put Rosalina in the game and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they have Rosalina in there, and she can do the spin, which is cool. But they could do the exact same thing with Pauline and give her a hat, and she can fling that hat like Mario does in Odyssey.
So I know that you like those like James Rolfe and stuff like that. Did you ever watch Channel Awesome with the Nostalgia Critic?
Yeah, I did back in the day.
Does this guy look like Linkara to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry, I just had to ask that.
Thank God.
So wait, do you like 3D? Are you excited for the port? Because I mean,
that port looks
that
amazing. That port looks amazing. I mean, I don't really care if that mode's like 2 hours long. I think that's a good length for it. That's what I'm kind of expecting. I think it looks like it would be really fun to replay and whatnot, so I'm cool with that. And just the fact that it has online multiplayer, even if it's garbage, I'm like, well, you know, I mean, that's still pretty cool that they're actually going to the extent of that because Ooh,
you just got hit by
because I've been playing Pikmin 3 Deluxe a bit lately.
Nice.
And as a port, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, because I mean, like it should be 1080p at this point. It's still 720p. That's one big thing for me.
Yeah, and I was having some frame rate dips and stuff, and during the gameplay, I don't know if you ever experienced that, but like when I'm around like the Onion and stuff, when I'm at the general base, like the frame rate kind of dips really low for me. I think it might have been because my Switch kind of had a weird glitch where like it was in dock mode, but it was draining power. Like the battery power was draining, even though it said, "Oh, it's plugged in and it's charging." Oh, but like I looked at it and it said, "Oh, you're at 10%. Oh, you're at 8%." I'm like, okay, well that may be why the frame rate was dipping.
I don't know if I've had that happen to me. I haven't been paying attention. By the way, quick question.
It's a weird issue.
Oh wait, you wouldn't know this. Never mind. But chat. I'm sorry, I gotta ask the chat this. I know there's a way to punch people while they're down in this game. Can anyone in the chat tell me how to do that? Apparently, I'm quiet to everybody, which is not great. Hold on.
Again, you're not selling streaming on me. You're not selling it on me very well.
Yeah, trust me, this is the worst part about it. All right, hold on. I'm putting everybody else a little lower so that the sound balances better, and then you guys can turn up my mic volume. Hopefully that works. And I'm just gonna check something really quick on my end because they can hear me, they just can't hear me well. All right. Yeah, it's the correct mode. And then I'm gonna check one other thing. Man. We hear you very well. It worked. Okay, good. We're good. All right, now there's going to be no more problems, Scott. Learn from my mistakes if you ever decide to do this.
No.
I'm a cautionary tale.
I won't decide to.
Okay.
I waited too long to stream. If I stream now, the chat's just going to be like, "Oh, Scott, spit on my foot." And I'm going to be like, all right.
I mean, that was going to happen from the get-go, sorry to say.
I'm like, I don't have anything to say to that. I'm like, sure. Then they're going to be disappointed that my response isn't going to be funny. And I'm going to be disappointed that they don't have an actual thing to say to me.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to go to sleep that night depressed. Like, that's all it's going to be.
I don't know. I think that would be pretty funny if you actually offered up whatever spitfoot thing they had going on.
Oh, if it's in person, sure. Over the internet, I'm like, I don't know you. Like,
I gotta get to know that foot first.
If it's at like too many games, whenever that happens again, sure. Why not? Why not?
What's the weirdest engagement you've had at too many games that you're willing to admit?
This guy in like a Kirby costume, which was just this guy in a pink shirt was screaming around, and I was like, that's pretty funny. I like that guy. Oh, and there was this guy that was cosplaying as Luigi who stayed in character the entire time.
Oh man!
And I was like, I can respect that.
It's like, Luigi, is that you?
I'm like, oh my god, they got Luigi here? This is a huge star-studded event. They got the Luigi from the Mario Brothers 2.
I guess there's like a meme going on right now with Luigi being a thirst trap. I don't know if you've seen that.
I mean, if he existed in real life, which I did meet him at too many games.
So he does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. There's nothing wrong with him. Look at him. I know people give him a lot of hate, but it's also like, is there really anything wrong with him? Is there really any reason why somebody wouldn't want to be with him, you know?
I don't know. You have to be into facial hair. That's one thing.
Which I'm obviously not. Like, I can't grow facial hair.
Have you ever tried?
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
I'm kind of sticking to the baby face mentality. I mean, like, I just can't really. But the problem is, like I don't know. I get emails sometimes where people are like, "Don't grow facial hair. I see that you're growing some stubble. Stop it. You don't want
Don't
that."
let them run your life like that.
I'm like,
Scott.
do you really think because I have some stubble that means I'm trying to? It's like, it just happens, man. I can't stop it.
You get this epic beard. That'd be great.
Maybe Is there any way to like start balding in terms of like facial hair? You just have like a balding beard. You have a widow's peak on your beard.
No, you can do it on purpose if you want.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I got a really bad haircut over the summer, and I basically had a widow's peak for a little bit there, where it just not really a widow's peak. It's just like I just had this patch of hair underneath my bangs. It was just there, and that's officially gone now. I'm back. My hair's back. Which my dad is bald, so that kind of like it's kind of up in the air if I'm gonna go bald or not.
They say
that was a bit of a scare.
I think this is full. They're full of crap when they say this, but a lot of people say that it comes from the mother's side of the family.
Yeah, which no guy on my mom's side is bald, but I take mostly after my dad. I think that's fair to say. I'm more of my dad's son.
Yeah, you look a lot like your dad.
I'm
like a weird amalgamation of both my parents.
Yeah,
my mom's like Italian.
I don't really. Yeah.
my dad is like a Polish Irish guy. So like there's a lot of the Polish Irish that you can immediately see. But then there's other parts where it's like, okay, that's definitely Italian in that spot and there.
Yeah, I'm mostly just Polish. That's
she says it's called genetics. Thank you, Shanti Rel. I appreciate that. I was looking for that word. No, chat, help me out here. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually punch people while they're on the ground. I don't think me or Scott knows how. It's been a long time. It's been 10 years since this game's been out.
But no, yeah, like I take mostly after my dad. I don't really think I look a lot like my parents. I look mostly like my dad, but that's probably because I'm also a guy with glasses. So
I don't think that.
But it's also like one of those things where like, do you ever notice like you just say random stuff and you're like, that's my parents.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, oh god.
Yeah, basically, like, the worst thing that I've gotten from my parents is when I talk to animals. I talk to animals like my mom does. And I realize, like, wow, I am so demasculated talking to animals. Because I just talk to them the exact same way my mom would. They're like, oh, what's up, little baby?
Yeah, I mainly take after a lot of, like, mannerisms of my dad. My dad has, like, a lot of weird little mannerisms of just, like, making, like, random, like, noises.
Oh.
Kind of like random. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but it's just like, I don't know. I just said something to myself randomly one day, and I was just like, that is my dad. That's something my dad would say. So I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna go bald.
I don't think it works. You might be okay. It's our dude. This guy right here actually does look like you. Hold on.
I got pretty thick hair. But you never know.
You never know.
I at least want to get through my 30s.
Did you ever ask him what age he started losing hair?
What was that?
Did you ever ask him what age he started losing hair?
I think he started losing it like a little before me, which I'm not losing hair. So.
Oh, okay.
I think
So you're probably good. So Scott, right next to me, this guy looks just like you.
Yeah, sure. Keep saying that. It's a white guy with brown hair and glasses.
Don't forget the glasses.
He kind of have a similar. He does have a similar jacket, and I wear a black jacket during the winter time, so that's fair.
That's exactly why I said that.
Let's get away from him. Ah. Let's see. Oh. But nobody's wearing a. I'm not wearing a jacket right now, and it's very cold.
Yeah, over in Ohio.
As in the game. It's snowing.
Scott, what is there to do in Ohio?
There's a Burger King down the road.
Did you get that tweet that I tagged you in? Did you at least see it?
No. What was it?
So I'm doing Red Dead Redemption 2 for an episode, and like there's a part of the game. Oh, dude, you need to reset. Thank you. There's like a part of the game where he's talking to a girl and she's like, oh no, she'll send me to someplace horrible like Ohio. You've ever been to Ohio? He's like, no, I have not.
It's pretty bad. So like, I'll give you a good old, I'll give you a good idea. So
okay.
We got a good. So in Ohio, we have the Toledo Zoo, which is generally considered one of the best zoos in the country. It's a good zoo. It's a solid zoo. You got some good zoo stuff to do there. Good art museum too. I like the Toledo Museum of Art.
We have a great museum here in Boston. It's called the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, and And the reason why it's interesting, Scott, is because it's not your traditional museum. It was a mansion owned by eccentric millionaires, and they collected art, and they basically decked out their mansion with art from all around the world. And then when they passed on, they donated the mansion to the public and made it a museum.
That is interesting.
So they got stuff from China.
Like an overall, just an art museum, or is it more of like a history museum? Like
it's kind of like a mixture of both, because it's like they're really, really old art pieces, like from stuff from the Renaissance era and like ancient China. So there's like ancient Chinese like armor and stuff, like ancient Chinese like sculptures and stuff, and then there's like Renaissance paintings. It's pretty incredible. There's actually like one little cool story.
Like that kind of stuff. Yeah,
definitely check it out sometime.
Yeah, I do enjoy art. I am a big art guy.
Are you?
I took a lot of art classes when I was a kid. I wanted to be an animator when I was younger. That was kind of like my first dream job. Like, oh, I want to be an animator.
Did you make?
And then I tried animating.
Did you make your own transitions and stuff for your web series?
To
start with?
No. No, not really. Like, as in Scott the Woz, or like my old stuff that people bring up and they're just like, haha, look at Scott when he was 10. And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I meant like the Woz, but yeah. So you did it for like your old stuff?
Well, I mean, I tried. I tried animating with Microsoft Paint frame by frame. And that wasn't working. That kind of turned me off of it for life. But in terms of transitions and stuff, I mean, like, I edit everything, so there's animation involved with that if you want to consider compositing shots, like animating, because it technically is, but it's not really. But you know, stuff like the graphic design was all done by like What Up Nico, and pretty much most of the stuff like I commission, I at least have like I'll sketch out for artists and stuff, and I'll like storyboard animations that I want them to do. Yeah, I usually outsource. I usually outsource animation and whatnot just to make it actual quality. It's wonderful. It's wonderful working with animators and seeing like your vision kind of like come to life in a really professional way. Absolutely. It's really cool.
I mean, I definitely agree with that. Crap, I got you. Hold on let me get up. Come on. Why are there
I like it down here.
On the ground?
There we go.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And it's also interesting too whenever like your vision gets compromised, but in a good way. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but like it's both are incredibly satisfying. Where it's like, wow, I never thought of it like that before, but the way when you made it that way, it's like it's even better than how I imagined it. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's also like it's really. I love working with like other artists, but it's also like it's the worst feeling ever when you have to tell them like,
can you do this over?
Can you do this a different way? And I'm like, I hate doing that. I hate it so much.
Same.
Because like all the time, it's never bad. It's just, you know, like, oh man, but you know, can you try it in like a different way, kind of thing. But most of the time, like if they try like their own thing with animation, it's usually for the best because like they know better than I do. But pretty much all the time, I don't think there's ever been an animation that I didn't storyboard. But so I'm at least doing that in terms of like my original dream as a kid, which is technically like, you know, as a kid I wasn't really thinking like, oh man, I wanna animate, like I want to do frame by frame. No, it was more so like I wanted to like be the creator of an animated thing.
Yeah.
You know, like the creator of an animated show didn't animate it most of the time. You know, they just created it. That they created the concept and stuff, and they might have storyboarded it, but they weren't the ones that like actually like went frame by frame and animated it. So to some extent, I'm doing what I wanted to do.
Honestly, although our projects are way smaller, I feel like we get more control over what our vision is and how it turns out than probably people on a television show. Because you got like storyboard animators, then you got the writers, then you got the directors.
I don't have to go through anybody, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm going directly to the animators and being like, hey, this is, you know, can we do this specific way? It's really difficult to tell like artists what exactly to do if like they're doing something in a different way. It's very easy for me to tell like business people off and just be like, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Man, again, I remember what you told me. I can't say it because I know that you're probably NDA and all that stuff, but that was really funny, that story that you told me a while ago. If only we could tell it, but we can't. Maybe someday, you know.
I don't really care. I can just
Sure?
Wow, look at all this snow. Technically speaking, I've never signed an NDA.
Well, if you want to share it, by all means. I think it's a great story.
No.
Okay.
I can just talk in generally like I don't really talk to any like business people that much, but like whenever like I've done more this year just because like I've gotten more emails where like people from like agencies are like, hey, we'd like to work with you, and I'm like, well, you probably don't, but sure, why not? It'll be kind of funny to just see what you have to say to me. And they do, and like so many people who are like business savvy, as in like all these people who act like they know, they're like, hey, we know business, we can help elevate your channel to the umpteenth degree. They don't know anything. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well,
And it's just like they like to act like they watch your stuff, where it's just like I've had people go like which I'm okay saying this because I know they don't watch my stuff, so I don't care if I call them out. Because they're not going to be watching this, obviously. But it's also like, you know, like I don't know. I told one person on a call, like, yeah, you know, I'm working on a video about game packaging, you know, and it's like 45 minutes. And then the next call, they were like, oh, yes, we heard you're working on a video about game packaging. That sounds so bizarre. We can't wait to see that. I'm like, it came out 2 months ago, man.
Like, well, I have one that's even better.
About?
I had
like,
one.
I don't care if people don't watch my stuff. I honestly don't care, but it's also like
don't be disingenuous about it. Yeah.
Don't act like you do.
Right.
Because it's easier for me to talk to you about like what I want to accomplish and stuff if I know that you watch my videos, because then I don't have to explain stuff. I'm fine with explaining stuff. I'm fine with it, but it's just like don't act like you do. I'm not gonna not like you, or I'm not gonna want to not talk to you or whatever. You know, like it's just like just stop acting like you do, because that's what all those emails, all those business emails start with. They're just like, hey, big fan. I like your Nintendo Switch videos. Anyways, you know, that's always how they go. I'm just like, stop.
So
you business people have no idea how to work with like people online. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just always how it is.
Oh God! Come on, get up.
It's a funny moment over here.
My God.
It's a funny moment.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that's one life lost for you. Sorry.
Oh well. Whatever.
Well.
I'll call it even next time you need revived. I won't.
No, that's not how it works.
Whoa.
I swear this game used to control better. I feel like I just need to get back into.
It might be the lag of might be online stuff, because this is the first time I've played. It's okay. It's controlling fine.
Okay.
That's the thing. I feel like this game probably got very overhyped by like everybody going. It's just like, oh, it needs to come back. Which I'm happy it came back. I'm super happy it came back. But it's also like, I feel like it obviously got a little...
really like an awesome game. One thing I'm having trouble with right now, though.
It's quite a good beat 'em up. I like it so far. But
yeah. Are you hearing the music okay? Because that's like one of the best parts.
Oh, I listen to the music all the time.
Oh, perfect.
I've never played it, but I listen to the Anamanaguchi soundtrack all the time. It's great.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Oh, man.
Great music.
But it's kind of like it's like, oh man, a lot of licensed games that people say is like, oh, this game is so good. It's like Battle for Bikini Bottom, where it's just like all these people that grew up with are like, it's so amazing, and it's just like a lot of people that played it via like the remake this year were all like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's a great example of what you're talking about.
I get it. You know, I get it. I grew up with that game. I loved that game, but I'm not gonna act like it's like the best game of all time. It's like a lot of people acted like that, like
yeah, and you know
over
what?
the past like decade.
I was not one of those people, and I gave it a shot, and I was like, you know, I can see the appeal of it for sure. It's definitely
it's a good licensed kids game.
Yeah,
it's a good licensed kids game. It's a good collectathon platformer. If you grew up with SpongeBob back in the day, like it's great for that. But you know, overall, like if you look at it just as a video game, it's a good game. You know, it's a good collectathon. But it's a pretty typical one. I just think like looking at it, you can see like just how quality it is based on like this came out for the GameCube, and this was for kids, and based on that, oh my god, it's really good. But based on like everything else, let's check out the shopping district.
Okay.
Based on just being a game, it's fine. It's a good game, you know.
Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run is another good example of that, where it's like it's a good.
I
game.
like that game too. That's a good game. As a licensed game, as a regular game, it was great for me because it meant I could buy it with. It was a Grand Theft Auto I could buy. How about that? Because it's rated T.
You know what? I think can you jump out of this stage, because this is just like the halfway point of the stage that we were just at. I mean, we can go in here and buy stat upgrades. I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's one of these shops. Well, let's rush ahead.
But this guy though.
It's like, oh.
Eep. What's the?
He's gyrating.
I mean, I've vented about my businessman experiences. Have you ever had any?
Yeah. So
any
like
bad ones.
I have. There was one where I had an email and the person was like, well, first of all, I hate it when they say, "Hello, creator." You know, and it's like at that point, don't have an intro like that. Just get straight to the point. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why ever intro yourself as "Hello, creator"? But one of the funniest was I was so shocked by this, and I had to run this by my sponsorship manager. Here we go. We can go in this one. And the person started off by saying like, "Hello, pancake and waffle," and like that was like an old name that I used for the channel, and I eventually changed it. And the only way they could have known that is by using the channel URL to introduce themselves to me. And so like when I forwarded the email to my sponsorship manager, he was like, "Are you sure they have the right person?" I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "They called you pancake and waffle. Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's really funny."
Yeah.
Maybe we should work with them.
You never know. I mean, that just shows they might just be big fans. They're just like, I'm gonna use the URL. That shows how true of a fan I am.
Oh, that's right. They're super hardcore. I liked you before you were Shesez. That says a lot.
There we go. Yeah, it's usually like I don't know. I like to stay away from the business. You know what? No.
Scott, come on!
We're gonna be
Mercy!
on an even playing field. We're gonna be on an even playing field. 2 lives each.
This isn't a competition.
But yeah, I like to stay away from the business side of things a lot. I feel like that kind of, I don't know.
Dude, you don't have any need to. Like, you're killing it. You don't need anything like that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Is she wearing a towel?
No, I think he just got a little bit expressive with the body movements. I think it's a regular dress though.
Okay. I mean, it's just a very white dress, so like it kind of looks like a towel. And,
I guess I can see what you mean.
Let's see. Because like it's probably a dress. Because I mean like it just doesn't need to have like the straps on like the shoulders or something, but that doesn't have straps, so that makes it even look more like a towel. Let's see. Is there any major difference between the foods other than just like they're
pretty sure.
I'll get a fajita.
Yeah, give it a try and see what happens.
I got a fajita.
Oh, I can lend you money now. That's good. Let's try a different shop. I think there's like one where it's like you can get vitamins or something, and it'll boost your stats, and I think it'll tell us too. All right, here, sushi bar. Let's try that. Oh, can I not go in there? No, I can't. Wow.
Eat. But yeah, I don't know. I generally like to I generally just don't like the business side of things. I just feel like business side of things online are so fake. Like I just don't like it. It's just like I don't know. It's just like
you can go in there. Yeah, let's try it.
Whoa.
How come I can't go in there? What the heck? And we can't even do it unless I can go in there. Can you get back out?
Interesting.
Well,
yes.
that at least.
I'm gonna go back in, have some fun. Never mind. Why don't you go in?
Maybe he's allergic to sushi. I don't know. That's so weird. All right.
Maybe we have to get this guy. Let's
I like that he was hiding in a
let's
trash
finish
can.
off this guy and let's see where that brings us.
Okie dokie.
Come on. There we go. Ah. Okay.
I have a feeling this isn't gonna work. Never mind.
I told you. Okay. I'll get a rainbow Maki.
Ooh. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I told you with the stat boost it gives you. I guess I'll do the same once you're done.
Why not? I'm gonna get all of them.
You got 19 Canadian dollars. Avocado is good. By the way, I saw Lance McDonald in the chat. What's up, my friend? And Nairman, how you guys doing? And also hello to all the regulars. I'm sorry if I'm less attentive to the chat tonight. It's because we got a special guest here. But just know that I am reading. So I'm so happy that all of you are here. All right.
Buy some soup.
Now, how did you find out what the stats were?
Well, either way, I am swimming in stats right now.
Yo, thanks for the subscription, Etha Babadab. Appreciate it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it gave me plus 30 gut points, plus 60 heart points. Unless that's just refilling my health. Gives me experience points, but it gives me defense, speed, willpower, and strength. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm just going to keep eating this Maki until I'm all out of money.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I was telling you before the stream about like the upgrades I've made over like okay. How about how does this sound to you? Okay, I have a 32 terabyte SSD now, which I didn't think was possible, but I did it. And it's pretty wild.
So that's basically now you got a fast startup on your computer, your Mac as it is?
No, that's for all my gameplay footage.
Oh, okay.
Because I already filled up a 16 terabyte hard drive of gameplay footage. So I was like, well, I need to invest in the future. And the problem is the hard drive was a regular hard drive, so it was really slow. And I was like, you know what? I'm investing. So what you have to do is you have to buy like an enclosure. You have to buy like an enclosure that has 4 slots for hard drives. Then you put 4 8 terabyte SSDs in there, and then bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah,
I wasted 4 days transferring footage.
You gonna buy a VR headset now?
I have a PSVR.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's better than nothing.
Hey, can you bring us back to the map so we can move on to the next stage?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe's the operative word. We don't know
well,
if we
is
actually
it
can.
exit game? 'Cause I think exit game is gonna kick me out of the game.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. Are we just stuck here? We have to continue to play? Don't forget, we can still play Panel to Pawn. And by the way, when you were like, oh, I'm not that good, same person, not same person, obviously wasn't the same person, but you know Steve Mails, the guy that designed King K. Rool and Banjo and Kazooie and stuff like that, the character designer?
Yeah.
So he's a huge fan of Tetris Attack as well. And I was like, can I please play you in the game? And he was like, he's like, well, I'm not that good. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not the best either. And he ended up being like crazy freaking good, dude. So I have a feeling that you're probably hustling me the same exact way right now.
Well, why don't you download Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics? I'll show you what I can truly kick your ass at. Because I
will do it.
I can do anything in that game. I can do anything.
Okay. Is that?
Oh my god.
I will do that. You want me to do that right now?
I'm cool with the old SPVTWTGCE. I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's what the kids call it on the playground.
Trying to save time on abbreviations. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, complete edition.
You did a very good job. I probably would take twice as long.
Thank you. I was in AP Literature in high school, so I'm pretty good with letters.
Whoa. Did you put that in your dating profile?
I feel like on my resume. I have not gotten any calls back there.
Ah, jeez.
It's usually what I bring up at most job interviews is, yes, I was in AP Literature. Which was, weirdly enough, from what I remember, it was easier than regular literature from what I've seen what regular literature students had to do. It's pretty wild.
I wasn't really
probably
good at
the
school at
easiest
all.
AP class.
I think I was actually punching him on the ground for half a second there. The only thing I remember about school was we had this like statewide test that would destroy schools if they had a low average of people that passed the test. It was a very horrible, toxic thing, and basically all the schools would basically prep themselves around it. And it got so bad to the point where we were writing essays in gym class, and you were supposed to write an essay about how gym is important to the school system or something like that. And instead, I took that as an opportunity to write a whole essay about how dumb it is and how counterintuitive it is to sit there and write essays in a class meant for physical education. And I got an A. The gym teacher was like, you definitely did stick to the topic, but I just couldn't help but appreciate what you wrote here. So I'm going to give you a passing grade. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. I wasn't expecting that. So thanks.
Yeah. Did you go to college?
Very briefly, community college. And I was to try to study for, business, like small business. I didn't stay there very long though. Why? Did you go to college?
Yeah, I'm currently there.
You're going to college right now?
I don't, yeah.
I'm a little surprised by that because, again, of your output schedule on YouTube, and college takes up a lot of time and effort, man. So
it does, which is why I think this semester I'm gonna be taking off this semester, and then I'm gonna finish it up. I have like a semester and a half left I have to do, so like it's like I might as well finish.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna take this semester off, I think, and then I'll finish it up for next semester.
Well, that's good.
It's like I should have graduated in 2020, but some things made that a little difficult.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna, we're gonna take it slow here.
It's good that you keep a second skill backed up, just in case anything happens. You know?
But
what is it that you're studying?
Kind of I'm marketing. I'm a marketing major, which is
funny
funny because if you're a business major, most of your tests are like seeing spells. They're pretty easy. The business majors are. We just did this.
Yeah. Don't worry, we only have to do it one more time.
Okay, no, that's fair. Yeah, I have so much problem with like how college is set up and stuff like that. If I can go on a college rant,
please,
and whatnot,
do it.
It's just stupid how it's set up now. I don't know. I just don't like how it's just like, oh god. I just don't like how it's like, oh my god. They always force you to get into groups. I don't like that. They always like, it's just like, okay, and they waste so much of your time. They waste so much of your time in college. And it's just like, they force you to take all these classes you don't really need to take. At least with high school, I get it. They're preparing you for just a social environment and whatnot. But college, I'm like, stop wasting my time. Why are we watching a movie today? Like it's in like, why are we watching a movie? I can do this on my own time. Like I drove here in the snow.
Yeah.
It's
all about perspective. I think that, you're expecting higher education, and I think that most people that
it's not that.
It's about paper.
It's not about what you're learning. It's about the fact that you're
qualified.
Sat there. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's a bit of an issue, I think. I could get... Oh, I'm good. I think that's kind of the main problem. Let's see.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm helping.
Well, you're welcome. Oh, God.
Oh, you almost...
Well...
Uh-oh. You got me.
Come on.
Thank you.
We go.
Dang, this guy doesn't want to die. He's on his last leg, and there it is.
I got him.
Woo woo.
The first one. Yeah, college is pretty stupid.
Okay, Jake Paul.
Stupid. It's stupid. I mean, you need to go through it in most cases. I feel like it can get reevaluated though as to like how it's set up.
All right. I mean, like, absolutely. I mean, like, that's like school in general. Like, there's so many old school books. There's so many great new books that people could be teaching in school, and yet they always stick to like the same 5, you know, that are a little archaic and like a little behind the times.
They don't care if the kids actually learn. They just care about the fact that they qualify, like you said.
Right. It's more of a discipline thing than anything. Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks like we can play any stage we want.
Well, film set's a different stage. So.
Yeah, we'll do that. Chat, does anybody have a question for Scott? Maybe we can... $3 donation from Get Lucky. What does that say? Oh, no. I was wondering what was the best... Oh, geez. It's too tiny for me to see what it's saying. I'm so sorry. Can you just repeat that in the chat? I'll read it for you. But thank you for the $3 donation.
Is this was I supposed to die there?
No. It just all happened so fast. Come on. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Come on. That is... What a joke. This stupid game just trolled us. I'm so sorry. Is Scott recording right now? He is. At least I think he mentioned that before we started.
My capture laptop died, so no.
Oh, really?
I was for an hour and a half, though.
Okay. Well, again, I'll have the VOD and I'll send it over to you. The only thing is it'll have our audio of us talking with each other.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. It can go up on Scott's stash. In the sort. Let's see. Boom.
Someone just said, what is the best fan interaction that you or Scott has ever had? Also, Scott is enjoying his I hope that Scott is enjoying his well-deserved break. It sounds like you are. When I talked to you about it, it didn't seem like you were...
Considering my capture laptop died, now I have to plug the Switch in directly to the TV. So here we go. Okay, now I can control it again. There we go. I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you enjoying your break?
Yeah, I am. Thank you. I mean, I wasn't able to do much for like a week there for a reason. I couldn't really do much other than contact Twitter support for a bit.
Oh my god! So can you talk about that for a little bit? Tell me.
I don't really have much to say other than.
Hold on, let me get like Ted Koppel on you. What was going through your mind when you were experiencing that?
I woke up and 15 minutes before I woke up, I had a bunch of messages from people, and I saw notifications that said, "Hey, your Twitter had a weird account login. What's the deal with that?" And then 2 minutes after that, "Hey, your password changed. Hey, your email changed." And I was like, "Okay, all right."
I'm just surprised how.
Then I was like, I couldn't really do anything other than sit next to my computer and just wait for Twitter to do something, which they didn't. Yeah. I never really talked to Twitter. All I got was like automated responses from them, which was kind of annoying.
Yeah. At least you got it back, really... I guess. But like.
Yeah, and I can't unretweet 2 retweets. I can't. It just won't. So I still have to report that to Twitter. I'll see what I can do.
It just like reversed everything, right? For the most part.
Kind of. There's some tweets that haven't showed up, but I think they're a part of like the Twitter infrastructure. Now, like you can find those tweets now, but you can't find them on my profile, which is weird.
Oh.
So I still have to report that to them. I'm gonna look into that. Just be like, hey, I can't unretweet these 2 retweets, and some tweets still aren't on my profile again.
So you basically you had it in your head. You're like, this is gonna work itself out eventually. It just sucks that I can't.
Yeah. I was literally like, that was the first day that I had absolutely nothing to do, and I was excited because I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. So I was playing through Hyrule Warriors, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna beat that today, and I'm just gonna like have like stupid food and just kick back.
And that didn't happen.
Not do anything. Maybe watch a movie. And I couldn't really do that. I mean, I could kind of, but I was also like, I have to kind of be, welp.
My bad. Sorry.
Welp. Yep.
It's not like that, I promise.
Couldn't really do that because I had to kind of keep my eyes on my email and stuff. But it's whatever. I was just more so annoyed. I didn't really care. I didn't really care. It was my Twitter. Like, I don't really care about my Twitter that much.
Oh, man.
Also, they responded to, like, 2 people in my messages, so they did go through my messages, but I'm pretty sure they were like, these are boring, and then they just gave up. Like, they responded to Spawnwave. Spawnwave was just like, hey, Scott, do you want to do a predictions video for Nintendo for 2021? And he just responded, no. I was like, wow. No.
Sure, blame it on the hacker, Scott.
Yeah. It's just how it was. Which I'm just like, for all the people who are smart enough to hack into accounts, like you're really just gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm smart enough to hack into this account, and the only thing I can think about doing is just immediately say it's me. Like, as in, like, okay, so you're gonna hack into Scott's account, but you're not gonna pretend to be Scott? Like, isn't that the entire reason why you'd want to hack into his account?
That's a good point.
To pose as him, to be to steal his identity and act like you are him and say stupid things. No, everybody knew it wasn't me.
I like how you're disappointed by what the hacker did with the. It's like, at least do something cool with it.
Saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, he got that one thing with Spawnwave, and that was it.
I'm gonna say a racial slur. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm like, okay. I think it's just like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand.
So, all right. It sounds like if you were to review this hacker, you'd give it about, like, maybe a 5 out of 10. A 4, okay.
A 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it was it was just very spammy. You're right. They didn't do, like, anything to kind of really, like, well, they still lit the internet on fire because of the person that they managed to nab the account info from, but yeah, what they did with it was pretty on the nose. And
well, here's my thing, okay? If you're gonna hack somebody's account, why would you change the Twitter handle itself? Because they changed my Twitter handle from Scott the Waz to something else, and I was like, well, that just devalues any little, like, oh man, Scott said something outrageous, didn't he? I'm like, well, no, you changed the Twitter handle. So it's just like, anybody who sees a screenshot of that, it's not even gonna be like, oh my god, Scott's Twitter account said that. Well, yeah, but if you look at the screenshots, it's a different Twitter handle saying that. So really, like okay, you made Scott's account say that, but it doesn't look like Scott's account because it doesn't say @ScottTheWaz. So why? Like, I don't get it. I don't. Like, I'm sorry, my hacker, but I don't understand what you're. Like, I like, every single time I kind of understood like what you were trying to do. You do something else that just doesn't make any sense.
The hacker right now is, like, listening to this and just crying.
He's crying. I'm sorry. I told him I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry's not enough.
That was a sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm good though. I'm healthy.
Oh man, that was really unprofessional, dude. I can't believe you sneezed on my stream.
I'm good though. I'm healthy. Had a good checkup.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, your cholesterol level's good.
Well, no, not that. I got the old I got the trendy checkup these days. I swabbed the inside of my nose, and I'm all set to go. I'm healthy.
Oh,
I mean, good. I could be dying outside of that, but I'm healthy other than that.
You cough up blood. Well, at least it's nothing else. It's not that big.
I don't have COVID, so that's fine.
Right. Oh my god. Now that would be freaking funny. Well, okay, only as a skit, of course, but like coughing up blood and being like, "Don't worry, it's not COVID."
I don't have it. Don't worry, I don't have syphilis, but I do have everything else. It was fine. Eat. Come on. Right. Yeah, I've generally been pretty healthy. I'm a pretty healthy guy overall. Like, I don't think I'm allergic to much. I know my mom told me, like, as a kid, I was just like, hey, Mom, am I allergic to anything? And she's just like, no, not really, except this one tree. And I'm like, do you know what it is? And she's like, no. I'm like, well.
That's going to be a plot twist someday.
I don't know.
So
yeah,
we
where it's
actually
like, oh, like,
before
I
we
don't
started
know,
the
I'm
stream,
gonna find a tree, and I'm like, this is my favorite tree, and then like, but then it turns out that's the tree I'm allergic to. I'm
right?
like, no.
We talked a
gonna
little
be
bit about this before the
the
stream
worst.
about what we should be eating. What should we cook? What have you been cooking though? Because you didn't answer that.
Oh, I've been eating like garbage lately. I hate it.
Like what?
Like I'm not. I don't know. I had Five Guys yesterday with my friends, and like I said, it was literally just because like my friend was like, I was like, hey, have you eaten yet today? And he was just like, I just had Five Guys, and then my other friend was just like, you know, what'd be funny if we all got Five Guys. So we got Five Guys, and that just makes it feel like garbage. Like Five Guys is good, but it's just like, oh my god, like I can't handle that. My body is not primed for a lot of food.
How do you like your burger?
Okay, I have a problem with a lot of sandwiches. I like sandwiches, but so many of them just fall apart, and I'm like, oh god, this annoys me. Like, I can't do this.
I'm just imagining you have your inner Gordon Ramsay. Oh my god,
it annoys me.
It's oily. It's greasy. Look, it's falling apart.
Like it's,
oh
I just think it's annoying. I just think it's annoying because like you get a good sandwich and it tastes good, but it just falls apart.
Yeah.
You ever had those sandwiches that are just comically huge?
Yeah, they're not.
Like,
I don't like that. Do you? I don't like that.
No, because they fall apart.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, two patties. I'm sorry, but what you want to accomplish can be accomplished with one.
That's true too. The reason why I like two patties is because you can like fit condiments and cheese in between the patties. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But like, I hate it when the meat is so thick that it's like bigger than your own mouth.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And then just like sandwiches, they just fall apart and they're way messier than I want them to be. I don't know. I eat a lot of food with a fork and knife, and I feel ashamed to admit it, but I just do.
That's like
a staple. I mainly like pretty much the only way I eat pizza now is with a fork and knife. I'm sorry, but that's just how I do it.
You know, if you want to be like an edge, like a slight bit healthier too, you can just avoid eating the dough. Like just eat the cheese and tomato
do that.
sauce.
I like the dough.
You like the dough?
I like the bread. I'm a big bread guy.
Oh, I got you. I saw this ridiculous tweet. Tell me if you agree with this guy at all. He made a Twitter rant about how stuffed crust is not good and it was invented by marketers and that people should feel stupid for liking it.
I mean, I don't need it. That's the thing. I don't need it. I'm not the biggest like, oh man, I need cheese in everything. Like I do not need cheese on everything. That's like one of my things is like I don't like cheesy fries. Like I just like good fries are good fries. You don't need cheese on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just feel like cheese just kind of like is too much to deal with.
Yeah,
it's just too much. You know, I'm like I don't need this. I'm good. You know, I kind of feel the same way with stuffed crust. You know, I like it.
Yeah.
Well.
So like for me, I just need the cheese.
I don't need
and like
you know.
I don't need those fries. It's like just give me the cheese. Come on. Stop.
Oh wow, you're a big cheese head, eh?
Oh yeah, dude.
You like cheese.
Oh, I love cheese. That was like my one saving grace when I was on keto, was you could eat like you can eat cheese, and so I would just snack on cheese all day. I had cheese crisps. I had mozzarella sticks, like mozzarella cheese sticks, and what else did I have? I had nacho cheese. Like sometimes I would dip the mozzarella into the nacho cheese. It was disgusting.
That is, yeah. Can I?
No, I think we're dead.
Or am I just? Oh.
Do you want to play Panel de Pon?
Well, let's see how much. How far away can we just continue here? Let me see.
I think we have to restart.
So we have to play the whole.
Yeah.
The whole guy. Yeah, I'm down for Panel de Pon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I like this game, but it's also like we just. I don't need to play through the. I don't need to play through the stage all over again.
Yeah, I hear you.
Let's see.
Someone in the chat was like, "He is a bread boy. This is too surreal." Do you like pumpernickel bread?
I don't really know about pumpernickel bread. What's the deal with it?
It's this black bread, It has a bit of a bold taste. I kind of like it. It's very. You'll never taste anything like pumpernickel bread.
I like honey wheat. I like honey wheat and whole wheat, and then I have brown berry bread, which is first off, I specifically want to be the host, so then I have full control. Because if I don't want to play Panel de Pon, I want to play Super Tennis.
All right, fine, Scott. All right, I'll join you.
But brown berry bread like it has like a good like assortment of like they got like health nut bread. I like that. I like that because that has a lot of oats and garbage in it, which is pretty good. Let me see. Oh man, they have Natsume Championship Wrestling.
We can definitely do that. Here. But like. Do you like tuna fish?
Not really. I'm not a big. I think fish was a fad. I don't think people care about fish anymore.
Yeah,
it's over.
Fish is so 10 years ago. Nobody eats that anymore.
It is. I don't care about fish anymore, man. Long John Silver's, who goes there? That's right. It's the only fish fast food place, and it's nobody goes there for a reason.
I think you're actually onto something.
Have you ever seen a Long John Silver's that's bumping?
No, I've seen a lot of Long John Silver's that are closed, so you're definitely onto something.
Yeah. It's just how it is.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, let me see. I'll be Flair. I like Flair. No, that's just how it is. Like, fish is the least popular meat. I mean, out of the core meats, out of the main meats, you know? Like,
I'm sorry, what was that?
You can make the argument, like, lamb, probably. Lamb's probably not that in, like, popular these days. It's lost a lot of the fan base.
There are people that do get offended over silly opinions like that. That happens. That's something I fall into all the time. I'll be like, I don't like Byleth and Smash, and people tell me that they're offended, like literally.
Oh, next you're gonna say you don't like fish.
Right.
Oh man.
I'll be honest, I don't like fish that much.
I just don't need fish, you know? Like, fish is just one of my lesser favorite meats and whatnot. I just don't.
Man, that's super politically correct right there. I don't
need it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not hate fish. I just do not prefer it over most meat products.
Yeah, let's keep that between you and me. We're not, I don't want to get out there that I'm not a big fish head, you know?
All right. I think your secret's safe with us. My chat's really good about keeping a good secret, so. Dude, I won.
Rats.
Oh, fudge.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's that. I mean, I'll also, like, you know, like, I'm cool with, like, ranch dipping sauce and stuff, but I don't need it, you know? Like, it's just, like, ranch is, like, it's just not a lot of flavor there for me. I'm just, like, you know, like, it's just, like, it's whatever. Like, you know, if I'm having, like, kind of, like, a spicy chicken or something, like a spicy chicken wing or something.
Yeah. And
it's just, like, okay, yeah, dip that in a little bit of ranch. That kind of, like, kind of adds to it. But it's just, like, ranch flavor itself. Like, ranch is kind of like eggs.
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
I like eggs. Well, you don't need eggs with everything. If too much eggs and too much ranch is disgusting.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Like, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is pretty freaking gross.
Well, I mean, like, you put a little bit of mayonnaise on I messed up there. You put a little mayonnaise on like a turkey sandwich. I like that. Like a little bit, not a lot.
Yeah.
Just a little circle, like a little circle of it. Like
it has
to
be
like
touch.
Mayonnaise that you squeeze out. It has to be mayonnaise that you squeeze out, and it's just like just like a little circle of mayonnaise, and boom, I'm done.
Yeah.
Naris. You know, like, too much mayonnaise, bleh. Like, eggs, I like eggs, but if you have too much eggs and you have too much of an egg stench, ugh. And ranch, too much ranch, oh, God.
Really quick, chat, can someone please clip Scott's egg rant? I'm loving this.
I like eggs, though, but, like, too much of it, it's like whatever. Like, you know how, like, they have egg pizza?
Uh-huh. Ugh, do they? I've never heard of that before.
Well, there's some, like, egg toppings on pizza.
No thanks.
Some
that sounds really gross. Pizza. Has anybody... All right, quick question for the chat, too, and I'm sorry. But has anybody ever had egg pizza, the one that Scott's talking about here? I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
I think it's, like, kind of like scrambled eggs, but on pizza. And I'm like, listen, I like a good, like, breakfast sandwich with eggs. But, like, it's mainly because, like, all the flavors kind of kind of a line where you have like a sausage patty, you have a good like, you have like it's mainly a sausage patty and like a biscuit. I like the Jimmy Dean Delights sandwiches where it's like it's a croissant bun. It's a croissant bun with sausage patty and egg.
Dude, you know how to eat.
Good.
What the hell?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food? Like, period.
I'm a big Italian guy. I like pasta, which I'm like, I feel like it's chicky parm at this point. I like chicky parm. It's pretty good. You can't really go wrong with chicky parm.
So you're a big red sauce guy.
Listen, as a kid, I was super picky. I only had buttered noodles, and that was my favorite meal.
I just had buttered noodles the other night. It was pretty good.
Butter noodles are still really good. You salt them.
You salt them,
like,
huh?
Some Texas toast. Oh, you need to salt them. You need to salt them.
I'll try that next time. All I do is I just throw in a little bit of butter, and then I throw in some Parmesan, and I'm done. But
it's really good.
Okay.
It's quite excellent. I don't need Parmesan. Like I said, I don't need cheese on everything. I don't need cheese. I'm a big. I like cheese, but I don't need cheese in things. You know.
Dude, you're gonna live a lot longer than me. Yeah. Like. Oh, did you just lower your difficulty? You want me to too, or?
I'm going down to 4.
Okay.
Sherbet. But yeah. I like that. Which I overall like Italian. Which there's like an Italian place. Do you know Hot Mama bread?
No. Hot Mama bread?
That's really good. Cheesy bread kind of thing. It's like pizza, but without the sauce.
Okay. Wait, pizza without the sauce?
Basically like a little. Yeah, it's like an appetizer.
So it's like a bread. It's like a cheese stick. Cheesy breadsticks.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine like a doughy bread, but with a little like cheese topping.
Okay.
But it's like pizza cheese, where it's like it's kind of like melty but gooey, but it stays in place. It's good. I like Hot Mama bread. It's good. It might be an Ohio delicacy. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard Hot Mama bread. So like, does your family make it? Is it a family recipe or?
No, God no. It is not. It is it is mainly an Italian. They serve it in the freezer aisle.
Yeah.
I'd go looking down there if I were you. Just look it up. Hot Mama bread.
All right, I'm gonna go to the freezer aisle to look for some Hot Mamas. I'll let you know how it goes. I just love the name. I'm in love with the name.
Don't doubt me.
Oh no, I'm not doubting you at all. I just think it sounds outrageous. I love it.
It's quite good. I'm a big fan. There's that. I think overall, like the food I don't like the most is probably like I like Mexican food, but it's generally on lower tier for me.
Okay.
Like, I like it. It's just generally not my first pick in terms of like food.
Yeah, all right. I think for me, if I had to choose, I think like Chinese food is that for me, where it's like I can eat it, it's fine.
Oh, well, I need to be in the mood for Chinese food, but when I'm in the mood, it pretty much hits the spot,
Right. Same.
I'm like, oh, this is great.
Mexican, I do like it. I'm almost always on board for Mexican, personally. I
just
always
don't like the beans, man. There's so much beans.
I love the beans.
I'm not the biggest bean guy.
Hey, you know what I like though, and I know you don't, but that queso dip. Muy bueno. Love that.
I mean, yeah, you see, I don't need queso. I'm more of a spinach artichoke dip. That's what it is.
Ah,
spinach
okay.
Artichoke, that's the dip. I like that.
Little Popeye man. Yeah.
I like it.
Strong to the finish. Yeah.
Which I will say, like one of my favorite restaurants, Cheddar Scratch Kitchen. That place is amazing. You ever been there?
No, it's a.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, what do they got?
They got good food, and a lot of it. It's basically like imagine like something of the caliber of like a little nicer than like an Olive Garden, but
well, that's not hard.
It's like kind of like American comfort food. I guess they make a mean chicken tender. That's their thing. They make a good chicken tender.
Chicken tender, huh?
And
with red sauce, or is it just like what do they do with it?
What was that?
Do they serve it with red sauce? Like what do they do with it? Is it just good breading?
No, they're just good. They're just good chicken tenders. And then outside of that, they just have a little bit of everything. And they have like a good appetizer where they got some good croissants. and stuff, and they got some they have some good whatever queso dip. You'll like that, you weirdo. And then they also have they just have a little bit of everything. I would recommend them. You know, we went to like the whatever at Too Many Games. It was what is it, Grand Lux?
Okay, yeah.
Imagine something like that, but a little less classy.
Okay.
It's
that
still
place
pretty
was
classy,
not bad.
but
I didn't dislike that place at all. I thought that who picked that? Was that Nairman? I think the guy that was in the chat earlier. I think he picked out that restaurant. That was great, by the way. I had no idea that you were a fan of Boundary Break, and it was a complete sideswipe, like a sucker punch of a compliment to hear you say like you voted for me for the Shorty Awards. I was like shocked.
Well, you're welcome. I also like that you were like, you don't follow me on Twitter, and I'm like, yeah, I don't follow people that don't follow me back. And then that was like the last thing that we said.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. I don't use Twitter that much to like. If it's somebody like, you know, I usually wait. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I wait for people to follow me to follow them.
Well,
you know, it's kind of a slimy thing. It feels a little slimy. I don't know.
I've reduced like my follows to just people I would follow whether or not they follow me back at all. So that's like a lot. I've set some people and I had to do a couple apologies here and there, but I like did a lot of mass unfollowing one day, and it was just because I was like, you know, I'm trying not to do this to network anymore.
You don't know anybody, you know. Right. It gets to a point where you're like, I don't know this person, and
yeah, and they get really like into their own personal lives. Yeah. And so
when the Twitter, well, not the Twitter, the YouTube channel was taking off more, I was a lot more like, oh, I'll follow anybody, because like anybody with like a larger following that was following me, because I'm like, oh wow, this person follows me, and then like as time went on, I'm like, I don't know what this person does.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, like I'm like, I'll keep it to like people that I legitimately am like, I do. Not that, you know, I wouldn't care about like what they have to say if I didn't know them, but it's just like, you know, like I just, you know, a lot of the people that I, you know, followed back in the day, I'm like, I don't really know them, you know, so I'm like, I'll keep it to people that I know mostly. You know.
Are you hoping to go to conventions this year?
I don't know if they'll happen, but if they do, then I'm like, yeah, sure. Like I said, I'm healthy, so yeah, sure.
Yeah, I can
lay
take
it on me.
Yeah,
I can do whatever.
Do your worst. Yeah. Now, one of the ones you have to go to at some point is MagFest, if they ever, you know, do another con. I don't know what's going on with them right now, but it's one of the most beautiful venues of all time. It's like straight out of a Disney movie. Like they have like, it's like a biodome. So like a lot of it's like all glass.
Oh, that movie's great. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to meet Pauly Shore. It's amazing. No.
Yeah.
But like they have like this glass encasing, and it overlooks the bay with a Ferris wheel and stuff. And like outside of that, everybody has a balcony.
Honestly speaking, you're describing Cheddar's.
Cheddar's? What's Cheddar's?
Like Cheddar Scratch Kitchen, which is the restaurant I was hyping up.
Oh, really?
They have a weird ceiling fan that's like a Ferris wheel. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that sounds
pretty cool.
Like
I said, kind of classy, like a classier Olive Garden.
Oh, okay. Hopefully there's pictures online.
I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know why people dog on Olive Garden a lot, where they're like, oh, it's just like fast food. I'm like, really? Is it?
They're trying to be snobs about it. Yeah, what they want, basically what they're really saying is they want to support. Huh?
It's like how audiophiles are with like the Blue Yeti, where I'm like, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
It's not great, but it's fine. Stop acting like people should know better. I'm like, nobody knows. Like, do you really think people are gonna know better? Like, it's just like you have to do so much to like get like their type of audio setup that they want you to get. Where it's just like you have to look into so much equipment and you have to do so much research. Just like for what the Blue Yeti is, it's fine. It does the job.
Yeah, you know, it's funny.
It's like the Italian food connoisseurs.
You ever see those videos? You ever see those videos where they're like, oh, what does it take to succeed on YouTube? And like one of the first things you hear is like, make sure you get a good audio setup right away, because that's going to set you apart from the competition. And I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like it's what you bring to the table,
it's
not
mostly, yeah, it's the type of videos that you make. Because like everybody made horrible videos at some point.
Yeah.
So it's just like it doesn't matter. Like I'm very much like, yeah, just use your phone at first, and then when if you get like you get to a point where you're like, hey, like I don't know, like I have like a reason to upgrade and get like an actual camera and whatnot, then do it. But it's just like for the time being, like your phone works fine, like a Blue Yeti works fine, like a lamp works fine as you're lighting, you know, stuff like that. Actually, I would recommend, like, if you're gonna be on camera, I'd recommend lighting first because it's pretty cheap. You can get like a good like light setup for like $40. So I'd be like, yeah, get lighting.
Yeah, lighting's way more important than the actual camera. So like for me, like I've started doing a side channel where I do reviews now, or just, you know, just content that's not boundary break, so I can keep my sanity. And like I just use the webcam now. It's a 2K webcam instead of like using this like professional camera that overheats every 15 minutes and all this garbage. It's like it's not necessary. I could just use this camera and just have good lighting with it, you know?
See, I would recommend if you want a good camera, I recently upgraded to like the Panasonic GH5. Okay. That's really good. It's really good. It's 4K, and I film in 4K,
Does it overheat?
But I export in 1080p. No.
Okay. That's good.
It's good.
So maybe I'll.
It might overheat, but it hasn't yet. So.
Yeah. Like my whole thing is like, okay.
It's a bit of a pricey investment. It's like probably like $2,000, but it's a good camera. It's a good one. It's what a lot of people are using. I think NitroRed uses that.
Oh man, if that's what NitroRed is using, then did he recommend it to you?
I just remember him saying that he was using it, and this was around the time I think James Rolfe made a video where he was just talking about like the cameras he used over time, and that was like his most recent one. And I saw NitroRed tweeted about like the fact that, oh, this is the camera that I use now, and I'm like, okay, well, and SpawnWave uses the GH5 too, so I was literally like, okay, well, apparently this is a good camera to get, and it is. It is a very good camera.
Yeah,
it looks very good. The video quality is fantastic.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think, like, I have like a Sony. I guess they this is the funny part. This is the most ironic part. Is that it was advertised as a great vlogging camera, like a Sony camera that's great for vlogging. But if it's great for vlogging, then it shouldn't overheat within like 15 minutes of it running on film. And also, it doesn't autofocus very well. It's constantly bouncing around to try to find the right focus. So, you know, if you're like outside and you're pointing your camera at various things, like it shouldn't be that bad at focusing. So it was one of the most, I think like what it was is probably Sony paid a bunch of people to say nice things about it on YouTube, and I got suckered into buying one. I think that's probably what happened.
Here's the problem with like reviews of cameras. They're never made for me. Like the cameras are never, the reviews are never taking into consideration what I want, which is fine because like everybody needs something different out of their cameras.
Yeah.
But the problem is like literally all cameras are reviewed based on how well they take pictures of flowers. Like that's all they are. And I'm just like, well, that's not what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna have that one episode where you're holding a flower and it's gonna be perfect for it.
There we go. Well, don't say that because I don't want to spoil anybody.
Yeah.
But
I'll spoil it. It's gonna be his Panel to Pawn episode.
Yeah, they got lip. Oh man, I want lip.
All right, we'll both be lip.
Lip v lip.
Mirror match, bro. Let's go.
Woo!
The other connection on this has been pretty good. At least I think so.
Scott Pilgrim was pretty good too. Like the connection after we figured it out was pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't the greatest, but it was fine.
Yeah, I agree.
It was tolerable. But I think like most camera reviews, they're just like, this camera is great for like all these shots, and it's just like, well, you know, like I don't know, it's just like everybody, like if you're gonna buy a camera, you're probably gonna use it for multiple things, so it's just like, I don't know, it's really hard to follow reviews of stuff like that because it's just like, what are those? It's all based on like who the review is for, really. Mm-hmm. That's kind of a major problem.
If
it's hard to nail down.
I'll definitely keep that in mind for the camera that you suggested, especially if both you and both the Jameses, you said NitroRed and James Rolfe, which is really impressive because they're both film nuts. So, you know, it's got to be a good camera then. In that case, that's great that you got to meet.
Take like some.
Who are your favorite YouTubers, by the way? I have to imagine James Rolfe is. At least one of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The only thing I've watched on YouTube recently is a lot of To Catch a Predator clips. Which is really good.
For me, it's Hell's
Kitchen. I always
Kitchen.
go down that rabbit hole. Those are great.
I have watched those, yeah. It's because it's so absurd.
Good. Like, it's just like these guys coming in. It's so funny to see these 40-year-old men just crumble. They're just like, oh yeah, I was checking out this house. You know, the door looked pretty good. And Chris Hansen just comes out. It's just like, you were chatting with a 2-year-old online.
So what?
And it's just like,
did she say that? Yeah. Every single time. Like, I actually just watched a small clip today. Literally today, where it was just like
really good.
Yeah, it was this guy that was like, he was like, oh yeah, I was walking down the street and she invited me inside. Huh?
You got the guy that was going to the beach?
No.
Like, I was just going to the beach. I don't want this cookie. I'm just going to the beach.
No, I didn't get that one. It was this guy that was like, he said that he would claim that he was like just walking down the street and she invited him inside, and Chris Hansen was playing along. He was like, oh, is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, just happened to walk down the street, huh? And he's like, yes, yes.
That's honestly what I want to do in retirement. I want to
catch predators.
I want to catfish old predators and get them arrested. That'd be so much fun.
But at that point, all those old predators will know who you are. It'd be like, oh my god, I got caught by Scott, you know?
Well,
I loved your vids.
I don't know, it's pretty funny. I don't know, it would be pretty funny to just, I don't know, it's just always, it's a hoot. I love To Catch a Predator. It's so good.
For me, it's Hell's Kitchen, all the Gordon Ramsay shows are online. And
oh yeah, I definitely want to try to get that as like that's my next like clip binge, I guess.
Yeah, I'll get you started.
Here's the thing with To Catch a Predator.
Okay.
Here's the thing with To Catch a Predator though. This is like one of my favorite like things to just analyze as to like, I don't know what these guys are thinking, but it's like this is a little racy, but it's also like it's just like when Chris Hansen like confronts them about it, he's just like, did you bring condoms? And they're like, no. Or they'll like be like, yes, and I'm like, I don't know which is worse.
I think the worst part is that Chris always wants to know. You know, it's like, what?
Yeah. Well, it's like this idea that like obviously you know their intention of going there.
Yeah.
So it's just like this idea that like, okay, if they have them, well, that shows their intent. If they don't have them, well, they still showed up. That means they weren't gonna use them.
You know what'd be great is if they were like, no, but I brought this Bible.
Yeah. That means I'm a good person. That's what they all say. They're just like, I'm a man of God.
Right.
Like, okay, well, we'll lay you off. We'll lay you off on this one, bud.
Oh,
okay. Windy. I like Windy.
Oh, you know what we should play after this round? Is
Super Tennis.
Okay, we'll play Super Tennis.
No.
I was gonna say the Mario Brothers versus mode in Super Mario All Stars. You know what I'm talking about? That'd be fun.
Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, that's my favorite YouTuber are the people that re-upload
Chris Hansen's your favorite YouTuber.
Clips. Yeah, honestly, I haven't watched a ton of YouTube lately.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are taking a break right now.
You know who's someone that I really like that I've been watching recently is Shane Brained. He does all these retrospectives on Fire Emblem, and they're pretty amazing.
Oh.
He's like,
yeah, I have never heard of that channel.
Yeah, it's a little more underground. That's so I'm not surprised, but he's really well spoken. He keeps it very on point, and he just like tells you everything you need to know about. What the heck was that, Scott? Oh my god. All right.
Hooray.
No, I'm still in the game, baby. Let's do this.
Curses.
Yeah, sorry. But
there we go.
Oh, now I'm out of the game.
Hooray.
All right, so yeah, no, he gives his opinion on things too, but he's very even-handed about it, and he goes in chronological order, and he doesn't know anything about any Fire Emblem game, so every game he plays is in the correct order, and so his opinion changes over time about the older games that he reviews because of the quality of life improvements that happen with the other games. All I can say is that if you were ever interested about a game that you probably would never spend the time to play, Fire Emblem is one of those those series that's like the best for it, and he does a really good job of just kind of guiding you through what the experience is like without playing the games.
Not bad.
Yeah, I recommend him.
actually
There's
look
this
into
guy named
that.
Scott the Waz too. The algorithm's not really doing him any favors right now. So if you can
Well,
give
he's
this guy,
not uploading right now, so obviously
yeah,
he does
he's so
nothing.
freaking lazy.
He has
but,
nothing. He's working on absolutely nothing right now.
yeah, well, it's like it's one of those things, where it's like when the algorithm really doesn't do you any favors, you just kind of give up. And I think that's what's happening to him right now. But that's all the more reason to check him out.
I like giving up. That's kind of funny. It's just like, oh yeah, it's done. Just over.
Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah.
What do you think? Do you have any plans outside of Boundary Break? Or are you kind of like, oh, I want this to evolve into this? Or are you kind of content with just like, yeah, I'm content doing this?
Well, I'm hoping to branch off, and like right now I'm branching off into something else, right? With streaming. So it's kind of like a small goal of mine to kind of step a little bit away from the informational side of things and try to see if people can take to me as a person a little more.
Yeah.
And build content around that, just because there's more you can do with people that are more invested in whatever it is you want to do. I'm sure you're very aware of that with your Chibi Robo review.
Well, it's a little scary because it's like, I think because of that, it's scary that people would lose interest in you. That's kind of like a fear where it's just like, oh, people don't care anymore. I think it's easier to bring people back with informational stuff.
Don't mind him.
Wow. Wow. But
that's my dog Luke. Say hi.
Hello. I like dogs, but like if I get a house, I'm probably gonna get a cat first because dogs are a lot of work. I like dogs, but they're so much work
at first, but then they kind of take care of themselves. Cats, so like right now my brother.
Well, cats, they don't care. All you have to do is feed them and clean their litter box, and that's it. They just disappear.
Yeah, well,
I'm like, I can deal with that.
Let me tell you about the cat that I have right now. So my brother, he recently got in an argument with his landlord, and the landlord tried to leverage his pets against him as a reason to kick him out. And so he asked me if I could watch our childhood cat. I say childhood, but really it was like 14 years ago. And I agreed, of course. I didn't want him to get in trouble. And of course, I have memories with this cat. She shows up and she's like 20 pounds overweight.
Classic.
She also, as a result of that, just constantly wants food. And I don't have the income to constantly feed an overweight cat. So I'm weaning her off of her food obsession, which causes her to get really whiny when she doesn't get as much food as she wants. I feed her, twice a day. So in case anybody in the chat thinks I'm starving this cat, no. But like, there's that. And then she also, I don't know what it is. Maybe because it's her old age, but she leaves poo on her bum and it smells bad. And, oh my God, I clean the litter box like once a day and it still smells awful. So, like, I'm not really getting back into the cat owner life as well as some other people seem to be, I don't know if, like, she's a real love bug, which is really nice. She loves to be pet. But, like, it's just, she smells really bad.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I could deal with that. You get used to the smell of garbage cats. I saw the movie Cats recently. Twice, for the second time.
Oh God, why?
Well, I saw it in theaters first.
Was it for? I don't think it was for a video,
2020. Right? What?
That wasn't for like a video or anything, right?
No, I did it because of just the sudden urge.
How was it?
It wasn't good.
And you saw it twice, yeah.
Well, yeah, because my friends haven't seen it. So I was like, we gotta watch it.
Of course.
And we just always sing the Mr. Mistopheles song, which is a song in the movie. Most of the songs aren't good, at least in my opinion. Yeah, so like I saw it in theaters originally. Remember taking a picture of one of the of the movie and just saying "New Year, New Me" because it was I posted to Snapchat and I was just like, yeah, New Year, New Me, and it was Cats in the theater on January 1st. That was a good way to spend New Year's. I did that, and but I told my friends about it afterwards, and they were like, "Oh wow, like we should see it sometime." And a year later, we were like, "I think it's time. You guys are ready." So we all watched Cats. Second time for me, first time for them. It's not good. I don't think it's horrendous.
Really?
I think it's worth at least one viewing for most people. If you like bad movies, I like a good bad movie.
Have you seen The Room?
It's so shocking. I think it deserves at least one watch.
Okay.
I don't think you would regret it, but I don't think you'd be happy either.
You know what?
A weird little thing where you're like, you know what? That wasn't good, but it's an experience I don't think I could ever have again.
I'll tell you what. If someone pays me to watch it, then I will. But I think on my own volition, twice, no less.
Wow, you are really that you're really that you don't act like your time is better than that. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Do it.
Dude, I'm hobnobbing it with big YouTubers.
You can do it. You can. It's not that hard to watch.
Uh-huh.
It's just like you get to experience it and you can say you experienced it. And you're done.
Do you think you can remember? I know
it's like a drug.
Can you remember the worst movie you've ever seen?
Well, my least favorite movie is The Great Gatsby. I don't like that movie.
Yeah, that movie does suck. Yeah. It's not good.
Which that's not like an inherently bad movie. Like, I understand why some people would like it.
It's like a fever dream, dude.
Yeah, it was edited like a movie trailer. It was 90 minutes edited like a movie trailer, and they used modern music, and I just felt like that just completely ruined it for me. Like, it's supposed to be like the Roaring 20s, but they're playing like Jay-Z. And I'm just like, why? Like, why? This is stupid. Yeah, trying to make a period piece, but you're using modern music? Like, no. That makes no sense. That just annoyed me.
Yeah.
Me and my friends watched The Room.
Nice.
Which that was a good time. That was good. We usually like to do this thing where we'll watch we'll just go on Netflix and we'll just watch the worst thing imaginable. We watched a movie called Gooby. I'd recommend Gooby.
Gooby? What is that?
Yeah, it's a heartwarming tale of a little boy whose teddy bear comes to life and it's this giant monstrosity. The teddy bear teaches him how to make friends and stuff. But it's just a giant, large man in a bear costume. And it was released in 2009, and Eugene Levy stars in it.
Oh, Eugene Levy, I know him. That's a hey.
Yeah.
Hey, sport. How are you? That guy.
Yeah. So he's in the movie. He plays the teacher who doesn't believe in bears.
Gooby is it's Gooby?
It's Gooby, yeah.
Okay, I'll
just
watch
look
that.
at the poster. Look up the poster. The poster tells you everything you need to know.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna lose this so I can look at the poster.
But I've seen that movie about 5 times.
Oh my god, 5 times.
Generally.
So it actually is a good movie?
Usually when I meet a new person, I'm like, you want to watch Gooby? And,
I hope you say it just like that too. You know what's my number one movie is that I like to make people watch and just see if they like it or not is Kung Pao.
Oh, can you describe that movie? I think I know what you're talking about.
So the concept of the movie is like a film director basically implants himself into an old Japanese film and he dubs the entire movie himself, and also has his own mocap in the movie so that he can be in it. And it's this movie about the chosen one who needs to fight this guy that killed his mom when he was a little baby. And it's just really freaking funny though, because the absurdity of some of the stuff that they say, some of the lines are absolutely outrageous.
So that's your number one favorite movie, or is that your just like a movie that you like to watch a lot, or like a movie you like to show people?
It's a movie that you can either think is incredibly stupid or pure genius, and so I just like to see what people think after they're done watching it. I'm one of those people that thinks
Gooby's not pure genius. Gooby's pure trash. Like, it's not a good movie, but it's amazing to watch. It's like Cats, but it's a little more entertaining than Cats.
Okay.
Because Gooby does this thing once where it's just like he's talking to the little kid, and like whatever, they're hanging out in like the kitchen at like midnight or something, and they're just they're passing secrets and stuff like that. Like a kid at a sleepover, and then Gooby's just like, "Hey, you ever see somebody do this?" And he what does he do? Oh, ever seen anybody do this? He takes a bowl of hot dogs, just pours it on its head, and that's it. No, actually, no. He says, "Have you ever seen somebody do this?" He bites off a hot dog and throws it at the kid's face. That's what he does.
All right.
I'm like, no, I haven't seen that.
All right, man. You've sold me. I'm gonna see this movie.
It's a good one. It's
Can I see it on YouTube?
Available.
Is it available on YouTube?
I'm pretty sure you can. But I think we watched it on like the streaming service called Tubi, which Tubi is pure trash.
Gooby on Tubi.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We were like, "Oh my God, Gooby's on Tubi." Yeah, Tubi's like just C tier Netflix.
Yeah,
like, it has some stuff. It has some stuff, but it's free Netflix with ads. Like, so you can get it for free. You don't have to sign up at all. You just have it.
Dude, we just had a Thurman Merman moment. You ever see Bad Santa?
No.
Okay, I don't. Some people love the movie.
But I've seen Gooby.
Yeah, you definitely have seen Gooby.
I've seen Gooby.
That is the most clear statement we have now. But Bad Santa is like there's this kid that's always in the movie, and his name is Thurman, and like Bad Santa's just like a jerk the entire movie. And then near the end of the movie, he looks at Thurman's report card and it says Thurman Merman, so he goes, "Thurman Merman? Are you kidding me?" It was great. I don't know. It's just one of those things that was stupid, and
a Thurman Merman moment. I have to remember that for later.
Yeah.
So again, then if I ever have any more Thurman Merman moments.
Yeah, where just like two really ridiculous names come together and they rhyme.
Yeah, like
Gooby on Tubi.
Yeah, which Tubi's like C-tier Netflix. They have a lot of horrible movies on there.
Yeah. Well, I only knew about Tubi recently, and it was to watch something that I'm not willing to admit. It's not like super inappropriate. It's just I don't want to introduce stupid conversations to chat. They can figure it out. But there's a show on Tubi, and it was exclusive to Tubi, and I went to go watch it, and they took it down. So it's not on Tubi anymore, and that's the only reason why I knew about
Tubi was perfect.
Unfortunately, it's
they had Gooby and everything. But
goodbye,
there's
Tubi.
Between Worlds.
Gooby on Tubi bit.
Cage on Netflix.
Thanks, James. What's up?
There's Between Worlds starring Nicolas Cage on Netflix. That movie's a trip.
Oh, I love Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God, that movie's a trip.
It always is with
I can try to explain it to you if you want spoilers.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, chat, just keep in mind it's about to spoil this movie, so if you're not in for that.
Starring Nicolas Cage, I believe it's currently on Netflix. It was released on Netflix the last 3 times I watched it. But let me think. So Nicolas Cage stars as a truck driver.
Nice. Good start.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage stars as a truck driver who's an alcoholic, something like that. He lost whatever. He goes into a gas station, buys like a sandwich or something, but then he hears a woman getting strangled in the bathroom. So he's just like, I'm gonna be Nicolas Cage and save her. So he punches the dude strangling her, and then she's like, "Thanks a lot," and he's just like, "What are you talking about? I'm Nick Cage. Hey,
hi. What are you talking about?" Yeah.
And whatever. He's like, You gotta do some explaining. The police are gonna be here any minute, and we're thinking like, what, you called the police? I didn't notice. You just came in and punched a dude in the face in the bathroom. What are you talking about? And he's the girl's about to enter her truck, and she's just like, yeah, my daughter's in danger or something like that. Can I get a ride? And it's just like, you were just entering your truck. What are you doing? And Nick Cage is like, yeah, sure. So during that, she explains that she had a near-death experience when she was younger, where she almost drowned. And because of that, whenever she has a near-death experience, she can talk to dead people or something like that. She can go into like whatever. She can go into the realm of spirits and mess around with them. And her daughter just recently got into a motorcycle accident or something. So her daughter's like on her deathbed pretty much. Like her daughter's about to die. So it's like she was getting strangled to talk to her daughter. But Nick Cage is like, all right, well, I'm gonna drive you to the hospital to see your daughter and stuff.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, Scott.
Yeah.
5 gift subs
Better
from James
hurry up
Constantine.
because better hurry up because I have a story to tell.
Well, okay, hold on. Yeah, no, James, thank you for the 5 gift subs. I really appreciate it, man. All right, so I'm gonna try not to interrupt Scott here because he's got a great story. It's so far so good.
Thank you. Between Worlds, starring Nicolas Cage on Netflix. But yeah, so it's like, so it's like, I don't know. Nicolas Cage is driving her to the hospital to meet her daughter, and the daughter's friends show up that that were on the motorcycle or were motorcycling with her, and the mom's just like, man, get out of here! Like you guys are nothing but trouble. And her daughter is about to die. Oh, also Nicolas Cage's family is dead. So throwing that out there. And the way he reveals that, and he's like when he's talking to the woman that was getting strangled because she wanted to, he was like, "Hey, you see this?" Pulls up a picture of his family, and she's like, "Oh, that's so nice." And he's like, "Oops, they're dead." So it's just like he's a little butthurt that his family died. Jeez. Obviously, but he brings it up that way, like as in she's supposed to know that his family's dead. But like whatever. The mom's daughter is dying in the hospital, so she's like, Nick Cage, strangle me, and he's just like, all right. So whatever. Nick Cage starts strangling her to have her whatever. Talk to her daughter's spirit to bring her back to life, and she does some work there. She figures it out. Her daughter comes back to life, and Nick Cage and this mom have a little fling. They start to have a romantic thing. There's quite a few sex scenes, and whatnot. But the daughter's acting weird. The daughter's acting a little strange now that she's back. She's not acting the same, and she's actually showing some resentment to the mom. It turns out that Nicolas Cage's attachment to his dead wife was so strong that he accidentally, because he was the one strangling the mom, that she got the spirits of her daughter and his dead wife mixed up, and his dead wife took over the body of her daughter.
Wow.
So Nick Cage has sex with the daughter too. So he has sex with both of them. Yeah. So he has sex with both of them. And whatever. But the daughter goes on like a killing spree or something. The daughter holds a lot of resentment towards the mom.
Okay.
Because it's not the daughter, it's Nick Cage's dead wife. And Nick Cage's dead wife sees it as like, I don't know, Nick Cage is like basically cheating on me or something, I guess. I don't know. So whatever. So the daughter's just like, the dead wife in the daughter's body is just like, knocks out the mom with like a frying pan or something, and it's just like, let's get out of here. We can start a new life. So they show up to like the daughter's friend's house. That's like, whatever, fucking, I don't know, God, I got distracted. I'm sorry. There's they show up to the daughter's friend's house that were at the motorcycle accident. And they're like, let's steal money from them to start a new life. And one of them accidentally dies during it. Nick Cage accidentally kills him. And he's just like, I didn't mean to. It's just like, you pointed a gun at him. Like, what are you talking about? So then, like, whatever, the dead wife is just like, no, baby, it's okay. We can start a new life. We can start a new life. So they show up to their old house, which got burnt. Like the wife and the daughter, the wife and Nick Cage's daughter, like original daughter, like the little girl, they both died in a house fire. But the house is still standing. They go up to their old house. The house is still standing. It's just kind of lightly burnt. And I don't know why they want to go back there, because like I feel like that has a lot of bad memories. As in, that's where your dead wife and daughter's corpses are. But okay. But they show up there and they're like, hey, we can start a new life. But the mom and one of the daughter's old friends team up and they show up because they're like, we got to get our daughter back. And then there's like a standoff at the house. There's a standoff and the dead wife is like, oh, hey, Nick Cage, the house fire wasn't actually an accident. I killed our daughter and then killed myself by lighting the house on fire. So Nick Cage obviously has a bit of a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And lights himself on fire. And then the mom dies. Like the mom whose daughter almost died in a car accident or something.
Yeah.
She gets shot by the daughter, but I guess for some reason that traps the dead wife's spirit. So then her daughter comes back to life. Like her daughter regains control of her body, and she just wakes up and she's just like, wait a second, why is my mom dead on the ground? And then her and her friend run away, and Nick Cage lights himself on fire. And then there's like a mid-credit scene or something where it shows Nick Cage as a young boy shooting his father.
Why?
And that's Between Worlds. I don't know. I don't know why. Like, it shows that as a mid-credit scene, like, oh, yep, that explains everything. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Because it's just like, he showed so much remorse when he killed, like, the daughter's friends.
That is
like, okay, so it sounds like you haven't killed somebody before then. But then it shows that he killed his dad. I'm like, well, what's the point of this? This doesn't reveal anything. That's one of my favorite movies.
That's one of your favorites? Oh my god.
It's a good bad movie.
Dude,
that is a good bad movie.
Here's what I learned tonight. I learned that if the two of us cross paths again at a con or whatever, if we can't find some other reason to meet up, we need to do a movie night, and you need to curate what movies we watch, because you clearly have an idea.
Between Worlds. Well, potentially my friends would be at the convention at this year. We were planning. They were planning to come with me.
Yeah.
So and we all watch bad movies together. So
would they be cool with me joining, or? Because I'd love to watch it.
I mean, yeah, they don't care. They don't care. They're cool with anything. They're pretty flexible.
Okay.
Let's see. Boom. Yeah, there's that, and then there's also Secret Obsession on Netflix, which is also pretty bad.
Someone just asked, why do you have that entire movie memorized? I think it's because it was so memorable.
Times.
It sounds like a memorable movie.
I've seen it 3 times.
Three times?
Gooby, I've seen 5 times.
Oh man, people are. It says I was gonna do this earlier, but I had to head to Tennessee. I made something relevant to the stream title a while back that I wanted both of you to see. Is that okay? Yeah. I don't know how you plan to send it, but by all means, do it up. All right. Okay. What time is it? I don't want to hold you up forever. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I can probably do like about 10 more minutes because I haven't really eaten today, so I should probably eat something.
Okay. Yeah, 10 minutes is fine. You want to play that Mario game?
Yeah. So what were you? So what? Like Mario All Stars? You were saying?
Yeah.
As it like a competition mode?
Yeah.
Bam.
The worst movie I've ever seen, Scott, was the last movie that Pat Morita was in, who's the guy from Karate Kid. You know.
Mm-hmm. Is it Mario 3 the competition in Mario 3, or do you want like is it like Mario 1 multiplayer?
It's Mario 3 multiplayer, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's actually an option on the main menu for battle game.
Yeah, there it is.
So I wish I could remember the name of it. Someone in chat could definitely look it up because it's his last film ever. And I watched it because I wanted to see what his last role would be like. And it was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I think it was sincerely the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And it's about an Asian woman who wants to, I think, make it in Hollywood. She wants to be an actress. And I look, this, I didn't know what I was getting into when I watched the film. So forgive my synopsis. But the guy was like, well, I want you to play a prostitute in my movie, but you're going to need experience in order to do that. And so she goes off on an adventure not to do that necessarily. That never happens in the movie. But she she goes to like places that she's not supposed to go to. And then at a certain point, she suddenly gets a pet fish, and the pet fish can talk to her. And the pet fish it turns into a naked man, and then the naked man becomes her guardian angel.
You basically just described Gooby.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay. But it was like that absurd.
No.
And I'll tell you something. The best part of the movie was Pat Morita. He just killed it in that movie.
I'm interested. What is his name? What's the name of the movie?
Let me see. Chat. Did anybody in the chat just look it up? It's Pat Morita's last movie. So please just, all you have to do is do an IMDb
Is that
search.
what the name of it is?
No, I wish. But
It's like Pokemon the first movie, but
Pat Morita the last
Morita's
movie.
last movie. That would be a really
Rice Girl. Rice Girl's the name of the movie, Scott. And I don't recommend it, man. It's tough. It's a tough one to get through. It's
that would be such a mean thing to do. Is like just even before he died, just say like, "Yep, this is Pat Morita's last movie." He's just like, "What? What are you?"
And you know what's
talking
funny?
about?
Apparently, it was filmed way before his actual last filming. So like the last thing he filmed came out before Rice Girl did. And Rice Girl, I think, just kind of got the funding to finish what it had because Pat Morita was in it, I think. That's the only way I can make sense out of how you could possibly get a movie like that out and available to people.
What do you think is the highest, the biggest A-tier actor that you can get for cheap? Because like there's a lot of actors that are pretty notable that just star in horrible like direct-to-video movies and stuff. Like Danny Trejo is pretty like easy to get in most movies, you know, something like that.
I think Danny Trejo is probably one of the best guesses. I'm trying.
He'll just do anything.
Right.
You can have him do anything. He doesn't care.
Oh shoot! No, that's gonna get me killed.
So I assume his rates are pretty good.
It's gotta be. Yeah, I think he'll be in literally anything. God, chat, help me out here. What would be like? Yeah, Nick Cage is another one, but no, I feel like Nick Cage will do something wacky, but like I don't think he'll do anything. You know? The Rock? No, The Rock is. The Rock's kind of selective a little bit.
I think he probably used to be more like, oh, I'll do this direct-to-video movie, but now he's a lot more like he's one of the biggest names in Hollywood at the moment.
Someone said Rob Schneider. That's a pretty good one.
That's more like he just makes bad movies. I'm talking like the cheapo direct-to-DVD. Like, because, you know, you see, like, the direct-to-DVD movies like Tooth Fairy 2 starring Larry the Cable Guy. Or, like, when they make sequels to movies like Kindergarten Cop 2 starring, like, what, Dolph Lundgren?
Oh, my God. I saw that. It was... I found it to be kind of entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it except it's like, you know, stuff like that where it's just like you obviously downgrade to a lesser actor than the first one or something like that. Like I think Tooth Fairy was a kids movie that starred The Rock, and then it had a sequel direct to DVD called Tooth Fairy 2 starring Larry the Cable Guy. Like there's obviously a bit of a downgrade there.
We are all sleeping on some actor right now that definitely will show up in literally anything, and I know
Christopher Lloyd is pretty cheap to get.
He's definitely showed up in some weird stuff like Christmas movies and stuff like that, which is such a shame.
Yeah, and he'll do a lot of like he was in Food Fight.
Yes, he was.
That's a good bad movie.
Yeah, he was also in Snow Dogs or something like that. Snow Dogs Christmas or something like that.
Yeah.
He's one of the best actors though. I love Christopher Lloyd.
I am just horrible at this.
I'm
used to the Mario Advance ones. I'm used to the Mario Advance battle physics, the Mario Brothers game in there.
Gotcha. I wish that I got the Clubhouse games, but I don't have it on
I know,
deck.
it's wonderful. It's a wonderful game. Game of the year.
I will just say this. I will buy it tonight just on the off chance that we do this again sometime. So
it's a good game. I think it's worth it.
I mean, I wanted to get it just to play chess. So, you know.
It's a good little time waster. What would you say your game of the year this year was?
Scott Pilgrim so far.
Wow. Well, technically, I meant 2020.
Oh, 2020.
But
2020. I don't know. Honestly, 2020 wasn't a great year for me with games. I played Doom Eternal. That was good. Animal Crossing was pretty good. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country 1.
What, Donkey Kong Country 1? Huh?
Yeah, I beat that.
Oh.
It's a good game.
So you don't care if it's like a game that, you know, came
Oh no,
out this year.
I did mean 2020 games, but I was just like, I'm gonna be a smart ass and say Donkey Kong Country 1.
I'm very
No, I
gullible,
did that.
Scott.
I
You
beat
can get away with anything.
Yeah,
But
did you play through Hyrule Warriors? Age of
no,
Calamity?
I don't like
That was
those Warriors games. I don't like them too much.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but it's I like that one.
Yeah, you
Pretty
did.
good. I mean, it was primarily because I like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the core reason why I liked it.
You know, I know that you're not an RPG guy, but I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that was the most disappointing game for me, because I was looking forward to that for like over, you know, since the first game came out.
Remake.
What's that?
It's not a remake.
Exactly.
It's not a remake.
Yeah, you got it, man. We
Bit
won't
of
get into that because
I liked it. I liked it to an extent. I didn't. I only played about like 5 hours of it, but
yeah. Oh, let me ask you this.
Like,
Because I know that you didn't mention it as one of the ones that you liked. In fact, I think it was in a pile of ones you didn't like. So what was it about Chrono Trigger that didn't really kind of, you know, get that exclusive small list of RPGs?
No, I just haven't played a ton of Chrono Trigger. I don't know if it was really in a pile that I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
I remember I saw somebody comment, it's just like, when you took Chrono Trigger and you threw it against the wall, I screamed, and I was like, I didn't do that. Like, what are you talking about?
There's like a part where you have like a stack
idea.
of them, and it's in that stack, but I don't think you throw it. I don't think you do that.
I didn't really care. I just had a stack of RPGs. And I was just like, yeah. I'll just say F this, F this, F this, and F this.
That's right. Oh shoot. Right, you're winning now.
Oh, I won. Yeah, no. You know, I like certain ones. I mean, like, would you consider Hades an RPG? That's more of a roguelike, but it has RPG
Action
elements.
RPG,
I've been playing
sure.
that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, it definitely kind of...
That's a good game.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Action RPGs are pretty fun to get into. So does that mean you would be into, like, Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. No. I don't know about that one.
I'll say this. I didn't like the third one. I was shocked at how bad the voice direction was. It was like... It's weird because it was like 2019 that it came out, and they still didn't get the voice direction down very well. Here's how bad it was, okay? They got the original voice of Hercules, same as 1 and 2. And when I heard it in the third game, I thought like, oh man, they couldn't get the original actor back? That's a shame. And ooh, what was that? It was like a mystery mushroom. I wonder what that would have done. Yeah, and he just sounded so bad. He was like, hey, Sora. And I was like, ooh. And then, like, I look up the credits, and it was the same actor, and I was like, wow. What were they doing behind the booth that made the actor sound nothing like himself, you know? That was incredibly bad.
Yeah, that's interesting, yeah.
One other thing. This is really quick. There's this scene with Woody, and he talks to one of the anime characters, and he goes like...
Yeah, I like that scene.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
I like the scenes in... I like the scene in Kingdom Hearts 2 or something where Goofy died.
Yeah.
That was just kind of funny.
But there's like that scene where he's like, I guess you never had a heart. Otherwise, you don't know what love is or something. And I was like, wow.
It's a good. I like elements. I just feel like I couldn't take Kingdom Hearts seriously at all, which I think that's half of the reason why it's fun. But it's I don't know. Again, it's a big time investment. You know.
That's true too.
You know.
Yeah, I love the gameplay, and for what it was back in the day when they didn't really have voice direction down for Japanese games very well, I kind of forgave 1 and 2, and they weren't as bad as the voice direction in 3. So it's what makes 3 so egregious. It's worse somehow when it should be astronomically better. But
it's really weird. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to try Chrono Trigger. That's kind of at least on my list of like of games that are big games that I should probably look into playing more of.
Okay.
To get that under my belt.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this, just to kind of help you along.
Clubhouse games.
Let me
just
say this.
Clubhouse games, and I'm not ashamed of it. All right.
Yeah, and that's fine. But I will say, if you do give it a shot, or just are contemplating it, Chrono Trigger is really short. It's one of the shorter RPGs. Like, you're looking at like 12 to 13 hours tops. So you're not going to waste too much of your time if you go through it. It's pretty engaging from top to bottom. So it shouldn't feel like a slog. There's no level grinding in it. And there's no random battles. I know that was a problem that you had with a lot of RPGs in your video. So it's all like all the enemies are on the screen and a lot of it's optional. So you can kind of get away with that. And the story, in my opinion, is like one of the best stories you can get in a video game. So that's like a big incentive to give it a shot. So there's my plug for Chrono Trigger. It's my favorite game of all time. So I had to give it some, you know.
Well, I can, in terms of story, I can bitch about Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity story.
Oh yeah, go for it.
That, I mean, I don't want to spoil, but it's like in the demo at the very least, it is revealed that there is time travel involved, and I feel like that invalidates a lot of what the initial like kind of like elevator pitch of the game is, you know?
Right. I kind of get that.
I'm like,
well, that's partly why I didn't buy it. But like, well, also I played the demo and I was like, I still can't get into this. You know, I tried.
I think it's cool because like, you know, they incorporate a lot of Breath of the Wild isms in there, where, you know, you have the flurry rushes, and you have, you know, the stasis, I mean the runes and whatnot, like stasis and magnesis and whatnot, and the way they're incorporated is really fun and cool. I will say, like, I was having a lot of fun with the game, and then at the very end, oh my god, like, as in, like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but
okay.
Of course you're storming Hyrule Castle during the Calamity, of course, and it's like this, they make you do the same thing 3 times in a row, and they are really long, just boring things where it's
it
just
sounds like you're describing Skyward Sword.
I have been playing that a little bit recently.
The Imprisoned.
Which I think is fine.
Wait, you like
fine.
it? Okay.
It's fine. I said it's fine.
Do you mean that?
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine game.
I don't know if you're being sincere or not.
Like, the art style looks a little better than Breath of the Wild.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Where I think Breath of the Wild still has a really good art style, but it doesn't look great in some areas. Like, it's not made... I don't think it works in every context in that game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's like... There are some times where it just looks kind of gross.
Yeah.
But when it looks good, it looks beautiful. Skyward Sword, I think, looks more consistently really good. And I'm really looking forward to when they do an HD remake, because I think this year they're making an HD remake.
We'll see.
My theory is that because it's the 35th anniversary, and they also did the HD remakes of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess 10 years after those games came out. So like Wind Waker came out in 2003 over here, and the HD remake came out in 2013, and then Twilight Princess came out in 2006, and the HD remake came out in 2016. And Skyward Sword came out in 2011, and it will be 10 years old this year.
That's fair.
So I think that's fair to expect.
That's a fair theory. I personally...
Yeah, and it's also an easy way to celebrate the anniversary of the Zelda franchise and whatnot. And I feel like they can fix a lot. The problem is people always say, like, oh, wow, like, you can... Like, oh, what, do you think they're going to have Pro Controller support? If they do, that's going to make that game even worse. like because, like, the entire, like, half... The puzzles... Like, as in, like, the motion control is required for the combat.
Yeah.
Like, it needs it. If you make it just a button press, it takes out all of what makes the combat interesting in Skyward Sword.
All right, so here's how I think it would work if you used a traditional controller. All right, you ready?
Well, you used, like, the left stick or something, or the right stick?
Yeah, you use, like, the right stick to aim the sword. Which...
Okay, I mean, you could do that, but it isn't as interesting. It would feel like... you know how Captain Toad works on Switch?
No, enlighten me a bit, because I forget.
Well, because like that game used a lot of like the Wii U gamepad's touchscreen and gyroscope and whatnot. Well, not specifically the gyroscope. I mean, it used a lot of the gyroscope, but that's involved in all Switch controllers, so it's not a big deal. But it used the touchscreen a lot. So if you're playing it in docked mode, you have this cursor on the screen. You have this gyro cursor on the screen at all times, and you have to use it to like, and you always have to recenter it, and you have to use that to touch objects and stuff like that. And it just feels shoehorned on. And I feel like if you incorporate the right stick, that just feels like it would be like shoehorning in traditional controls into Skyward Sword. And I feel like to people who didn't play Skyward Sword originally, I feel like they just look at that and go, why is it like this way? You know? Yeah. Where it just would feel really weird. Where with motion controls, it feels more justified. Right. If you have to shoehorn in like the right stick, it feels like why do I have to do this? Why can't I just hit Y? to hit the button and stuff like that. I feel like that would really annoy a lot of people who have never played Skyward Sword.
Yeah. People in the comments are asking us to talk about the lips of Link in Skyward Sword.
Oh yeah, those are weird. I'm not gonna defend those. Those are weird.
They kind of got that ball rolling with Twilight Princess.
Under his eyes.
And someone made
Link
a point.
Always has bags under his eyes, and his lips are just like always like puckered. I'm like, ugh.
It's a weird trend that started with Twilight Princess, and again, like the concept art for Twilight Princess makes Link look badass, and then like when you look at him in the game, he's got like these big puckered lips and puffy cheeks. It's very interesting.
It's a weird thing. I think Breath of the Wild Link looks really good. I think he looks quite good. Skyward Sword Link looks a little funky, you know. Skyward Sword Link looks a little funky, but I think the art style overall looks very nice.
His tunic looks really puffy in Skyward Sword, which I'm not hating that, but it's just a thing that I noticed.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I had a great time, man. But I probably need to eat food. I'm starting to feel a little famished.
All right, man. No problem. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Like, it was really great talking to you. Yeah. Anytime. All right. Tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, seriously.
Well, tomorrow will be a little tricky, but you know, anytime other than tomorrow.
Okay.
No,
seriously, man. Hopefully I get to bring you on again.
2024, if you're free on that day.
I think so. I can keep it open for you.
All right.
No, seriously, maybe in the future I can get you on a Boundary Break episode. I think that'd be cool. Because
maybe a Clubhouse Games boundary break.
Well, I was thinking Madden, but that works too. So
Madden would be good, but also Clubhouse Games would be funny. I want to see what's going on underneath the curtain of that game.
Okay, man. I'll see what I can do. I think that would be a good idea, actually. So, all right, man. Again, I appreciate this so much. So I'm gonna go let you go eat. Say bye to Scott chat.
Bye.
They will.
I've not viewed a single chat. I don't have Twitch open, so
it's okay.
I hope the chat is having a good time.
They had a great time, it seems like. So they liked your stories quite a bit.
Thank you. All right, man. I'm going to go eat. Have a good night.
You too.
Take it easy.
Later, dude. Yeah. Well, that was fun. I had a good time. Did you guys have a good time with that? Scott's a great guy, honestly. All right. So, Scott has control. Oh, well, that's a funny statement. Okay. I'm glad you had a good time, Vargan. What time is it? What do we got for time? 9 o'clock? I think we can do... Let me focus on chat right now. We'll close it out by talking to chat for a little bit. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Blech. Jeez. Well, it happened. I played Scott Pilgrim with Scott the Woz. I think that is definitely up there with one of my biggest accomplishments. I came in just in time to hear about Scott's weird movie, so I've got mixed feelings. I think he told about that movie knowing full well how absurd it was. So hopefully you can forgive him. Wow, English is not in my vocabulary tonight. Hold on. I'm just going to grab a seltzer real quick. I'm going to reset with a nice refreshing seltzer. Dude. So guys, how many people were watching that? I'm just curious. Oh, I had a blast, dude. Praise the chair. I need to get like something funny on the back of this chair. 92. Oh, nice. Most of you Scots peoples. If you're not following already, please. It would mean a lot to me. But you don't have to. More than 4, I think. Perfect. That's all I can ask for. Wait, that was not meant to be a play on words. Please follow the kind streamer, man. Check Twitter. Okay. I think I can do that right now. Just, I didn't have control of my other monitor at the time because I was using it to have one-to-one play. All right, Twitter. I'm assuming this is you. Scott the Waz, Precious Little Life. Let me see if I can get this on the stream real quick. Excuse me. Ooh. Okay. Same here, different day. Scott does have good hair. I agree with that. I'm a Shesez people, or sheeples as they say. I don't know. We kind of like need. We've had like 3 different ways of describing my chat. We had like 3 different nicknames. Shesez has green and purple lights. I do. Is that indicative of anything? How about the cameramen? Are we sheeples now? See, I feel like somebody's going to be like, I don't like being called a sheeple, and they're going to bounce out. Groupal lights. I like that. Oh, my God. That was a lot of fun. So now that we've gotten Scott on, there's 2 more people that I kind of want to get. I mean, I want to get all sorts of YouTubers on here. Did you guys have a good time with that? Would you watch other YouTubers? Because I was thinking we can get Vinny on here. I think that'd be great. What should we do with Vinny? Should I try to make my own Vine sauce recipe live on stream and have Vinny rate my recipe as I try to make a Vine sauce? Vinny would be awesome. Pizza pasta, man. I have 40 subs on YouTube. Am I in consideration? Possibly. Cooking with Vine sauce and Shesez? Yeah. He is Vinny Pizza Pasta. Try corrupting game. So, here's a true story. I don't think Vinny will mind if I tell you this story. We had a plan to do an epic like crossover stream. And it was a stream where we were finally going to bring our 2 niches together. So like we do have a game that can both be corrupted as well as boundary broken. And the only problem is that we couldn't find a good way of using his corruption thing while also making it multiplayer. So there was a problem there. But the idea is that like eventually me and Vinny will get together, you know, and I told him, I was like, look, I think a way that we can make this work is next time we both go to a con together, we like go back to one of our hotels and like we just do it locally. You know, we stream it and we just do it in the hotel room. I think that would be pretty epic. I think that would be awesome. I don't know. Obviously, he doesn't like to, he doesn't prefer to be on camera. So I think we'd probably stay off camera, even though we'd both be in the same room. So we'll probably do that. Oh, chat, come on. Yeah, that would be awesome. Might be quite a while from now, but you know, yeah. Sometimes it's just worth the wait. But until then, you know, me and Vinny have been talking about like what would be the thing that we do together on stream. And one of the things that I asked him, and he's on board with it, is just doing like tier lists, you know, getting him over here and me and him just talk about what should be ranked on a tier list for like 90s funny men or something like that. I think that would be fun. Like something that just doesn't keep us distracted. I think like something that actually gets like dialogue going would be great. Cause when me and Vinny have a conversation, it can be, you know, I think that's like when it's the best. That's the best time I have is when we're basically getting in conversations about older stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. My bet for the 2 other streamers would be Nitro Rad and Ant Dude. I'd be happy to have them on, but I'm thinking like Chugga Conroy. Maybe we can get Gerard on here. Gerard the Completionist. Minecraft stream would be interesting. I don't know. I tried doing Minecraft before. I think people have an expectation that is higher than what I can provide for a Minecraft stream. Are you all right, dude? No, I am not drunk. I did not drink anything. This is just soda water. Thank you for the gift sub, James. Thank you for the 5 from earlier. Appreciate that. I think I'm just a little frazzled, you guys. That's all. I think I'm just a little frazzled. I don't know why. My brain just has a little bit of... It's a little bit fried like an egg. But I swear, I haven't been drinking. I have this commitment, no more drinking on stream. I came to that decision last stream. You know, play Spelunky with Vinny. I could. I'd probably be holding him back, though. Thought it was beer, sorry. Oh, no problem. I didn't know if I was acting in a way that it just seemed like I was already drunk, but... Hey, brain, it's just a bit laggy. Yeah. I need that special netcode. I need that rollback netcode for my brain. No drinking except apple juice. Well, I might want to drink like a Red Bull. Not right now, because then I'll never be able to sleep. Dude, I've been having the worst trouble trying to sleep at night. It's been awful. I just tried to call my doctor today. Because, I mean, like, I can wake up whenever, but I don't like waking up at, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I find that to be kind of sad. So I tried calling my doctor, and they were like, well, you haven't made a doctor's appointment in 2 years. So we took you off of our, enrollment. And so now you have to re-enroll to our doctor's office. And I was like, So now they're going to be mailing me papers. Apparently, like, I have to, like, do this over the phone, even when I do get it all set up. So, dude, I want to get my blood checked out. I want to get, like, my cholesterol levels checked and all that stuff. Yeah, and I just want, like, something to help me sleep so I can get my sleep schedule back on track. I'm not looking to get addicted to any, like, sleep medication, but I definitely need something to kind of get me on the right course again. Like, I need to, 2 nights at least, pop something in that is over the counter, go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night, and then just, get my sleeping rhythm back to 9 to, like 8 a.m. or something like that. I fear phone calls. I used to. Now I just don't care. And I just, like, every time I call somebody, I don't think about, like, oh, I don't know this person. I just, straight up, I just pretend like I've known them for years. And depending on what their tone of voice is, I'm just like, oh, it's you. Or I'm like, hey, how's it going, My brain doesn't work normally either, is basically what I'm saying when it comes to calling strangers over the phone. But that's how I've worked through it. But I used to also just kind of get apprehensive about making phone calls. Something about it just doesn't make me feel right. Or it didn't used to make me feel right, I guess. Can you hold this bit for me? I wish I could. I wish these things were physical. They look cool. They look like an award. My sleep schedule has been pretty effed lately, to be honest, but I've been getting back on track through sheer force of will. Good for you. Here's what happens with me, Bubble Scum Princess. James, I'll up you one. Thanks, James. I will go to bed at like midnight, which is still not a great time to be going to bed, but I will lay there and then my brain just gets overactive and it just wants to think about everything. And like, I'm not sleeping. I just end up like staying up until like 6 a.m. and I'm not like checking my phone or anything like that. I just lay there and I just think for 6 hours straight. Sleep never comes to me. Overactive brain at night. Yeah, I know the feel. It sucks. I hate it. I'm fine with talking to strangers in most contexts, but even talking to people I know on the phone freaks me out. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. I've actually kind of started to enjoy calling friends randomly and just seeing how they're doing and stuff. It's been kind of therapeutic. I think part of it is like we're all so busy, so it's hard to kind of like actually meet up and hang out. And plus, it's not as safe as it used to be. But let me just lower that. Oh, I went to the store today, and there was this guy with a Saiyan Saga hat. It was like Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa, and then like all the DBZ crew on the back, and it even said Saiyan Saga like on this side of his hat. And then he had a face mask that was like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. This is my cashier, and I was like, dude, I love the hat. And he was like, oh, thank you, because of the mask. And I mean, I had my mask on too, so I probably sounded the same way. But I was like, I told him straight out, I was like, you know what bothers me, by the way? Again, complete stranger. I was just like, you know what bothers me? And he's like, what? And I was like, that they still haven't put Raditz into Dragon Ball Z Fighters, And then I thought that him, of all people, would understand my plight, my struggle. But unfortunately, chat, he was like, oh, I've never played that. I don't have the time. And I was like, oh, I understand. And then like, as I'm, he's like, well, anyways, it's this and that. And I was like, okay. And I looked down and I was like, oh crap. Look, just happened to be wearing my DBZ shirt on the same day. And he was like, oh, that's the Ginyu Force. And I was like, it sure is. Well, what happened? Hate the swing and the miss. I know. No, the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was on his face mask. Physical labor and activity definitely helps with going to sleep. You would think, but I've been hitting the gym like crazy and it does not help. This is like happening post gym. I feel that, but instead of calling people, I've started writing letters to people. That's kind of cool. That's old school. Solid Oh My Goth Man. That's an awesome name. Oh My Goth. Wow, that was a lot of gas. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. They don't put rats in anything. Oh no, they put them in like Xeno Saga or whatever. I think I'm thinking of an RPG series and not Dragon Ball. What's that thing? Xenoverse? They put them in Xenoverse. Give us your everyday mask reveal. Okay. Hold on, guys. You guys want to see my everyday mask? I have two masks, and one that I'm a little more embarrassed about than the other, but I'll show you both, okay? I think that'd be cool. But before I do that, I want to do a combo story. There was this other time I went to a different store in my area, and as I'm walking out, the employee's like, yeah, I've been playing Dragon Quest. And the guy that he was saying that to clearly didn't care. And he's like, uh-huh. And so it's not that I felt bad. It was partly like, I was like, oh my God, a fellow nerd in the neighborhood. That's cool. And also part of it was also like, dude, I'll pick up on that. And so as I'm walking out, and you guys can call me cringe. It's fine. But like, as I'm walking out, I was like, dude, it's a great game. Which one are you playing? And he's like, 11. And I was like, that one's good. Dude, have you played the other ones? And he's like, no. And I was like, make sure you play 5. 5 is like the best one. I just started playing these all recently, and 5 is great. It's excellent. And he was like, okay. And I caught the vibe that he was like not into this. He was not into the fact that the customer was trying to chat him up about Dragon Quest. So I was like, all right, man, well, good luck with 11. Hopefully you enjoy it. See you later. And I was like, that was a total miss. Dude was not into that. But bro, you just posted cringe. Yes, I did. Oh, dude, I am really excited for Some Call Me Johnny reviewing Dragon Quest V. I want to see what he says about it. People always think it's fake last name on social media, but it's real. Italian for small. What? What is? What happened? What are you guys talking about? I missed it. She says, no, she missed. Yeah. Her last name is Piccolo. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. You asserted your dominance as King Nerd. He was frightened. I don't, like I've just started doing that. Honestly, I live by myself, so I have more incentive to just kind of like chat up complete strangers now, if it makes sense. I'm not gonna be like, "What's your name? Where are you from?" Nothing like that. I still to this day don't introduce myself to cashiers and stuff. I think that's kind of cringe. But like, for example, okay, my buddy was like, "Dude, these Lady Gaga cookies. There's these Lady Gaga Oreos," and I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, they're like 10, they go for like 10 to 20 bucks on eBay. And I was like, dude, I saw those at like my Cumberland Farms. Like, we could go there and see if they still have them. They had them when I checked. And he was like, let's go. And so I show up. I can't find them in the usual spot that I saw them at. And so the cashier, she's over there, and I just go like, hey, we're looking for these like Lady Gaga cookies. Do you still have those? And she's like, oh yeah, they're right there. And I was like, oh, awesome. And so she sparks the conversation by saying like, well, no, I think I sparked the conversation by saying like, have you had these before? She's like, I bought them. And I was like, you bought them? She's like, yeah, because I'm a huge Lady Gaga fan. And I was like, oh, okay. What did you think? And she was like, well, I didn't eat them. I was like, oh, okay. So you're just kind of like keeping it for your little shrine. And she laughed and she was like, like, oh, no. I definitely want to try them someday. And I was like, yeah, they're going for like 10 to 20 bucks on eBay. Did you know that? And she was like, no, I didn't. I just kept them because I'm a huge fan. And I was like, well, yeah, I guess like lots of people have a hard time finding them. So they're spending the big bucks to get some cookies made by Lady Gaga. And like that's just like an example of me just chatting up a rando. But I used to never do that. I used to just be terrible with eye contact whenever I'd go out in public. I still kind of am with like waiters and waitresses because they come at you and they're not like human beings when they come. They're like, hello, how are you? And I'm like, good. And they're like, all right, well, what are you having? And then I'm like, and I can't talk to waiters and waitresses. And I feel like those are the people you're supposed to chat up a little bit, right? I think that's like part of the experience is you're supposed to kind of like make a small friend for a moment. And I never, ever do. I always make them so uncomfortable. How many to dab on stream? Oh God, no. I don't think there's a price. They are fake. Yeah, fake people are tough because, how do you connect with somebody that's not giving you their real self? That's the thing that is tough for me. And I can't be fake. I think that's the tough part. I can have an announcer voice. You've seen that on Boundary Break, but like, this is me, I am not like some fakey. I can't. Lady Gaga. I know the Lady Gaga cookie story. Isn't that wild? I only do eye contact. I can't. Sometimes I just can't. It's just weird, like I don't know what I'm doing with maybe it's something I'm doing with my face, but sometimes I just look at somebody and they're like, like, and then like I feel awkward. I'm like, what am I doing with my face right now that you're like getting like sheepish, and I start to worry that I'm doing something wrong. And so then my head's down. I'm like, oh yeah, it was nice to talk to you. Yeah. So this is just my way of saying that, one of your favorite YouTubers is definitely not a perfect person by any means, but I am a human just like you. All right, let me grab those face masks. I'll be right back, and then we'll close out the stream. Okay? I want to show you what my face masks look like. It's in my car, so I gotta go out to my car real quick. That'll take like 15 seconds. I need a separate webcam to point at my dog while I'm away from my computer. I'm back. So this one, this is the one that I wear most of the time. This is the one that I use especially for the gym, because it's nice and thin, and they force you to wear these while you're on the treadmill. So, like, I need that extra air. So this is the one. It's just a plain black one. There you go. Tough part is if you don't have a mirror to look inside of, you can kind of be off center with this. But just plain black. Simple. Ooh, what's going on? You can't trick me. Thank you for the 100 bits. Well, the 100 and something bits. All right. Nice try. All right, but this is one that I bought that I like never wear now. And it's because I don't want to look like a dork when I go out in public. But I got this because it kind of has like a gypsy. Oh, that's not a good word, is it? I'm sorry. But like, what would be an appropriate word for that? Where like, I don't know. But like, you see what I'm talking about here, okay? Where it has like the lines and the multicolors and stuff. And this is supposed to be Zelda. And like, this is Ganon right here. And then over here it's Link. So, and then when you get it in really good light, you can kind of see everything that's going on. But I kind of felt like this was just a little too dorky at the end of the day. Like, I wanted one that doesn't make a statement, you know? Chat, you're not going to fool me tonight, okay? Stop touching your mask. You can't see him. Oh my God. Wash your hands now, please. Drop stereotypes. Yeah, dude, I'm just uneducated. I apologize. But I think like a better example is like in Final Fantasy VI. They have like a lot of designs with like a lot of layers of clothing, and like they're all different like fabrics and stuff like that. And that was kind of like the vibe that I was trying to go for with this mask. But anyways, tonight was fun. I think now's a good time because chat's getting a little bit squirrely. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They're trying to troll. I should make some masks, like a boundary break mask. Would you guys buy it? I find that the best outfits are just a bunch of belts. Since Shesez left his chair in charge, let's get some emotes. Okay. Beta 64 is streaming right now. I'd love to rate him. Let me see. I think it's about that time that he leaves, though. Tetris 99.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we'll raid Beta. All right, guys. So Beta 64 has similar content on YouTube to Boundary Break. He just talks about unused content found in game cartridges and stuff like that. And he talks about the development, not the development process, but rather
that's what people love about him.
Stuff that was not used during development of a game. It's really cool. Of course, over here on Twitch, he just streams just like I do. Doesn't really use his channel gimmick. And right now he's playing Tetris 99. He is a swell man. I've met him multiple times, and it would mean a lot to me if you checked him out for a little while and said hello. I'm gonna bounce out though. I hope you guys had a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed Scott the Waz, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.
Is he here?
I don't know why I do that ahead of time.
Is the
now I'm
man,
gonna
the
have
myth, the
to-
legend, JJDB here?
Hold on.
The only thing I have on my Epic account is the free game.
B64
Hopefully that
25.
works.
Wow. You're
Yes.
done.
It's
Good.
working.
Thank you, Mookie, for the 25.
Good stream,
It's all
Flat.
about my
Thank you.
government. Thank you so much for
Thank
the
you for
follow.
streaming. Oh, it's my
Golden
pleasure. I'm
Freddy's,
glad that you were
hey,
here
good
for it,
to have
Hina.
you here.
Later, Nasal Puff. Scott
I was
was
gonna
cool.
say I
Oh.
have on Epic Games Store I have Tetris.
I'm glad that you
Effect,
think so. I
which
thought
is
he was cool
amazing.
too. All right, guys.
I
Rating now.
have
Take care.